first of all came in our morning house business committee meeting, but we felt that some of the procedures was not met, and the clerk, it had to go back to the clerk because before the clerk submitted it back to me and ultimately to the house business committee meeting which we had over lunch. One question that came was that the chairman, Water, will not be allowed to table the motion because the matter touches on his committee. And therefore, the Honorable Anita, since you are here, you can now proceed and give notice of your motion. And maybe again, the Honorable Anita is not feeling well. You can confirm. I had not seen you. You know the speaker is blind. So I had not seen that the Honorable Anita, you are here. And for a clarification, and just to comment is that this afternoon you are looking very well. You are well dressed. Sorry to say that you are very beautiful, and you can continue with your motion.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir, for that compliment. I would like to first apologize, Mr. Speaker, sir, for a bit for the confusion. We attended a meeting with Deputy Speaker that was in Sahara Gardens for the youth, the Voice of Youth under CMD, and we were looking at the timing and we was worried that we will not be able to make it on time. That is when I requested for support from Honorable Majority Leader. Allow me, Mr. Speaker, sir, then to move to the business of today. And on this note, I would like to request, Mr. Speaker, sir, that you allow this House that we do a notice of motion on operations of Kewasco. Thank you.
You need to read everything.
All right, thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir. Mr. Speaker, sir, I beg to move the following motion. Aware that water and sanitation services is a devolved function as stated by the Article 11B of Part 2 of the county government function outlined by the 4th schedule of the Constitution of Kenya. Further, aware that the Kericho Water and Sanitation Company Limited, Kewasco, is an investment of the county government of Kericho under the Water, Environment, Energy and Natural Resources, tasked to provide clean and safe water in adequate quantities to the residents of Kericho County as envisaged in Clause 43(1)(d) of the Constitution. Further, aware that Kewasco was merged with Tilil Bay Water and Sanitation Company Limited in 2019 for purposes of efficient operation and securing funding from KFW for the Dukamoja Water Treatment Plant and expansion, including distribution of water to more households in Kericho County. Mr. Speaker, sir, cognizant that Kewasco is regulated by WARMA, now Water Resource Authority as per Section 11 of the Water Act 2016, and collaborates with Lake Victoria South Water Company.
Order, honorable members. Let us consult in low tone the Honorable Deputy Speaker and Leader of Majority and the Honorable Chairman Rhodes. Please let's consult in low tones to allow the Honorable Anita Mibei to give notice of our motion.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir. Cognizant that the Kewasco is regulated by the WARMA, now Water Resources Authority, as per Section 11 of the Water Act 2016, and collaborates with the Lake Victoria South Water Company Limited, among other water stakeholders, in ensuring provision of water to the residents of Kericho County, and noting that the merger between Kewasco and Tilil Bay did not meet the intended purposes, and that stakeholders to the merger did not meet their obligations to the disadvantage of Tilil Bay staff, owing to the creation of 2 payroll cost centers, otherwise known as rural and urban cost centers, with KEWASCO operating so many bank accounts that confuse receivers of revenue and more so unsuspecting customers and employees of the rural cost center who have not been paid salaries for some months now. Mr. Speaker, sir, noting that the KEWASCO board is also not properly constituted and has made decisions on behalf of KEWASCO that are far-reaching, including its inability to pay staff and permitted discrimination of staff based on the urban and rural cost centers. Further, noting that employees are discriminately paid salaries based on their cost centers, i.e. the staffs from urban cost centers are being paid their salaries and the staffs of the rural cost centers in arrears for more than 9 months now. Yet KEWASCO has promptly paid all statutory deductions such as NHIF, NSSF and PAYE. Mr. Speaker, sir, concerned that the Department of Water, Energy, Forestry and Natural Resources appear not to have control over the KEWASCO and its board of directors, and that KEWASCO Chief Executive Officer has a case in court against some officers of the county government of Kericho, further concerned that the Senate, also the Senate Public Accounts and Investment Committee, recommended that ESCC and DCI investigate KEWASCO management over corruption allegations, and the county government of Kericho was required to review and restructure the management of KEWASCO in line with recommendations of the Senate Public Accounts Committee. Mr. Speaker, sir, further concerned that KEWASCO operates several bank accounts that customers pay their bills, including online banking services and M-Pesa, yet accountability is wanting and there is lack of transparency in the operations of the said books of accounts to the detriment of the staff of KEWASCO. Mr. Speaker, sir, I therefore urge this Honorable House to resolve the following. A, that the county government of Kericho properly constitute the board of KEWASCO as soon as possible upon approval of this motion based on the laid down procedures. B, the CCM, the county executive underwater in charge of water, energy, forestry, environment and natural resources request for funding from the county government and other donor agencies to bail out KEWASCO and salvage it from receivership or possible closure. This will regularize operations such as payment of salaries of KEWASCO employees. C, that a special and forensic audit be conducted by the Office of the Auditor General with regards to the operations of KEWASCO and more so accountability of funds, including those appropriated by county government of Kericho over the years since inception of the county government in March 2013 after the general election. We also urge this Honorable House to resolve that all employees and managers found culpable of any wrongs or decisions that has caused KEWASCO employees to suffer be taken through disciplinary process forthwith in line with the principles of fair hearings. Lastly, Mr. Speaker, sir, we also urge this Honorable House that the county government of Kericho expedites the generation of a bill on the management and operations of Kericho County semi-autonomous government agencies. Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir.
All right, thank you so much, the Honorable Anita Mibei, for the notice of motion that you have given to this House. Clerk, next order. Sorry, Honorable Members, the Honorable Anthony Ruta, please give notice of your motion. I'm sorry for that oversight.
Thank Thank you, Honorable Speaker, sir, for this chance so that I may give a notice of motion that this House approves the report of Youth, Culture, Social Services Committee on the County Assembly's Sports Association CASA Games held on 19th to 27th August 2023 in Nakuru. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Honorable Anthony Ruto. Clerk, next order.
Order number 7, statements.
Honorable members, we have a statement to be raised by the Honorable Matthew Korir. Please proceed.
Thank you so much, Mr. Speaker, sir, for giving me this opportunity so that I can raise the statement to Department and the Department of Water and Environment. Pursuant to Section 9 of the County Government Act 2012, the Kericho County Assembly Standing Order number 48-1, I wish to seek statement from the Committee of Energy on Energy, Environment and Natural Resources on the following concerns. One is that how many dam sites do we have in Kericho County, and where are the locations of this dam site? What programs has the environment department put in place to ensure that the garbage collection is effective and efficiently collected? What is the actual practice of garbage collection compared to laid down program of garbage collection in every urban area? Are there companies, that is number 4, are there companies to source to undertake garbage collection in urban areas of Kericho County? Number 5, how often is feasibility studies done to gauge the level of significance of garbage as a plan of the solid waste management? What plans have the department put in place to ensure that the sustainability waste management practices are put in place in Kericho County? The last one, Mr. Speaker, sir, is that state the all dependent bills concerning garbage collection in the Department of Environment and Natural Resources. Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir.
All right, thank you so much, Honorable Matthew Korir. So this statement stands committed to Committee on Energy, Environment and Natural Resources. And we expect that this report should be tabled before this House when we resume from our long recess. So the chairman for Committee on Energy, Environment and Natural Resources, I hope the chairperson is in the House. The Honorable, who is the chairman, Honorable Environment and Natural Resources? Chairman Energy. The vice chair is there. The Honorable. Okay. The Honorable Masigi Konyo, is it? Yeah? The Honorable Mary Kikonyo. Oh, the Honorable Masigi Konyo. The Honorable Masigi Konyo, are you the vice chair of... So you can confirm to the House that you will work on this report and table it before this House when we resume from recess.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir. I think we can table it after the recess. That one is in order.
All right, thank you so much, the Honorable Masigi Konyo. That is for your commitment. Honorable members, yes, the Honorable Matthew, your hand is up.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I want to raise just a concern.
Yes.
What an honorable member from the Committee of Environment asked after recess. Which recess? How many recess do we have in this honorable house, Mr. Speaker? We have recess. We have the shortest recess. We have the long recess. Which recess? I wanted to know so that going forward I'll be knowing whether.
Yes, order, Honorable Matthew. Order, honorable members. Order, honorable members. I guess we had our lunch, all of us. I thought so, and more so we need to excuse the members who are from the field. Most probably they didn't have anything, unless the Honorable Anthony Ruto had made some arrangements there. But honorable members, it is clear, Honorable Matthew, when I commit and say that should be tabled immediately when we are back from our recess, I am certain and sure that all honorable members here, you know that today we are in November, and the next recess is which is be long or short. I know you know the order and the calendar of this house because you are the ones who approved. But maybe just to clarify, is that we are going on a long recess until February. So, and therefore this will be among the first business that this house will transact then. So for purposes of clarity, the Honorable Matthew Korir, please note that, and also the chairperson and the Committee for Energy, Environment and Natural Resources. So, honorable members, we also have a response for the report raised, a report on statement raised by one Honorable Philip Rono, and this was directed to the Committee on Finance and Economic Planning. And I therefore give an opportunity to the Honorable Chairperson, the Honorable Kibet Basuben, to table the report.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir, for giving me this opportunity to report the response to the report on statement raised by Honorable Philip Rono on the on the 9th of November 2022. The statement was read on the floor of the House regarding the Kimologit Water Project, which is a multi-annual strategic intervention program, as captured in Annex 1, a copy of a statement by Philip Rono. The statement itself entailed the following: the name of the contractor, the terms of the contractor, as what's the scope of the work for the project, and when was the project handed over, what is the contract period, was it extended, and what does the contract state in the contractor's if it fails to complete the project within the stipulated time. The challenges faced by the contractor and the contract price for the project and the status of the said project. Mr. Speaker, sir, the statement was committed to our committee, which is Finance and Economic Planning, on 11th of October 2023 for further inquiry and reporting to the House. And Mr. Speaker, we copied the same to the County Executive Committee member in charge of Finance Economic Planning, which in return responded on 30th October 2023, filed a letter reference as KEC stroke FIN stroke AWS stroke 15 volume 3, dated 30th October 2023, as captured in Annex 2, which is the response from the County Executive Committee member in charge of Finance Economic Planning. Mr. Speaker, the background information of the Kimologit Water Project is the proposed rehabilitation and construction of Kimologit Water Supply Project is one of the strategic intervention projects. It is being implemented by the County Government of Kericho, Department of Finance, Economic Planning, and supervised by a project implementation team led by technical staff from the Department of Water, Energy, Environment, and Natural Resources. The project is located in Kamasian ward of Kipkelion sub-county The project was initiated in the year 2013 by the national government. However, it did not become operational as components earmarked for constructions were not done to completion. The partially done main raising was vandalized and the 100 cubic meters water masonry storage tank at Tinga Farm was not tested after constructions since water didn't reach the tank. The county government in the year 2018, Mr. Speaker, allocated budget for proposed rehabilitation and construction of Kimilogit water supply and the SI program initiated in the financial year 2018-2019, of which the project after completion will increase access and availability of safe and adequate water to approximately 2,000 households, 8 schools and 3 health facilities, and at the same time reducing the distance traveled by residents to fetch water. Response from the department, Mr. Speaker, sir, which is Finance and Economic Planning, CCM, said the name of the contractor was Nakuru Express Supplies and Services Limited. In the terms of the contract, Mr. Speaker, the project name or the program itself is the Strategic Intervention 2019, and the project name was Proposed Rehabilitation and Construction of Kimilogit Water Project. Financing department was Finance Economic Planning. The client is the Kericho County or the county government of Kericho, being supervised by the Department of Water, Energy, Forestry, and Natural Resources. The contract sum was Kenya shilling 186,289,132 cents. The contract period, the signing date was 30th May 2019, and site handover was 2nd July 2019. And the program, the project, the contract commencement date was the 12th of July, the same in 2019. The original contract period was 12 months. Original contract completion is 11th July, was supposed to be 11th July 2020, which is 12 months. But there was an extension of 9 months, extension again of 8 months, and another extension of which the last one is supposed to be ending at 23rd December 2023. Revised contract completion is 1 year. Defects notification period is 23rd December 2024. The scope of the project, Mr. Speaker, is the construction of intake works along Malagat River within Malagat Forest and construction of 6.2 kilometer transmission main pipeline, of which about 4 kilometers within Malagat Forest. Construction of 100 cubic centimeters per hour composite filtration units in Tinga Farm. About 12 kilometers distribution main, which is then pipeline comprising of 6.1 kilometers of 160 millimeters HDPE pipe to Kaplemur, 1.5 kilometers of 75 mm HDPE pipe to Kimilogit Primary, 2.78 of 75 mm HDPE pipe to Murao Secondary School, and 1.6 kilometers of 110 millimeters pipe to Tachasis, 689 of 75 millimeters HGDP pipe to Murao Primary School. Construction and testing of water tanks comprising of 200 meters cubic meters reinforced concrete tank at Murao Secondary School, 200 cubic meters reinforced concrete tank at Kaplemur, and 100 cubic meters masonry break measure tank at Kwavisa, and 100 cubic meters masonry storage tank at Murao Primary. And the final construction and testing of fittings for transmission main and distribution pipelines. The project site handing over was done on 2nd July 2019, and the contract period was 12 months. The reasons cited by the contractor for not completing works as planned include the following: COVID-19 outbreak, which affected movement of materials and personnel; delayed way leave authorization by Kenya Forest Service for construction of the main raising, and delayed grant of land in Tinga Farm for construction of treatment works. And what was that was the question asked was, what action has the county government taken to contractor for non-completion of the project in time? The contractor has managed to complete all works which did not add any challenge on land and access. The contractor, however, was not able to implement work since the county government of Kericho and Tinga Farm owners have not finalized negotiations on request of land grant for treatment works. The county government, together with the office of the area MCA, engaged with the Lukisa Limited, who are the lease owners of the Tinga Farm, for donation of lands for treatment works. The Lukisa Limited donated 1 acre piece of land to the Molokit Community Water Project on March 2023. Thereafter, the county surveyors proceeded to demarcate the located land, and after the survey, report the project to the project manager through the accounting officer, who instructed to communicate with the contractor to continue with the treatment works in the donated and demarcated land. Mr. Speaker, the challenges faced by the contractor since handing over include the following, and I've just said, Mr. Speaker. Among them is the problems financial cash flow occasioned by the economic period countrywide and globally. Mr. Speaker, the contract price for the said project was sum is Kenya shilling 186,289,132.83 cents. And the payment below is a summarized payment so far. Number one was paid on 25th November 2019, which actually the contractor applied for 27,659,593.92 cents, but it was approved by IAC, which is Implementation Authority, 26,465,632.92, which is paid. On 22nd May of 2020, again, the contractor applied for 17,304,857, but the amount approved was 15,568,383 cents, which was paid. On 18th February 2021, the amount paid was 44,234,553 and 53 cents, which actually was applied by the contractor and approved the same figure. And on a date which did not capture by the CECM, it's in the recommendations, Mr. Speaker, they applied for 20,821,873, but amount approved was 20 million, actually the same figure, and was paid, Mr. Speaker. Meaning total payments is 106,597,441 shillings and 83 cents, which is 57.22%, considering the actual sum of the contract price. The contractor actually has applied for the 5th interim certificate of 3,752,600 shillings, which is on process of being paid. The status of the project is currently at 59.89% completion rate. Detailed status and percentage of the works as per HP is presented in the table. It's in Annexure 2, number 7, Mr. Speaker, which which has all the details. The period needed to be completed, Mr. Speaker. The project implementation team held a meeting on 13th October 2023 with the contractor to deliberate on project completion, since they had concern on the contractor slow pace of works, since he was notified to continue with the treatment works on Tinga Farm. The contractor reported that he has mobilized materials to the site to commence treatment works, which he reported he requires a maximum of 4 months to complete the treatment works, complete intake remaining works, and fix fittings in the lines and test the lines. What we observed as a committee, Mr. Speaker, after going around, we realized that the Molokit Water project was started in the year 2013 by the national government and later funded by the county government of Kericho under strategic intervention program financial year 2018-2019. The project again, Mr. Speaker, we realize that the figure stated and as aforementioned, Mr. Speaker, is actually the same as what we read in the annexes, Mr. Speaker. The contractor requested for extension and was granted 3 extensions of time, Mr. Speaker. That's 11th July 2020 to 23rd December 2023 as per the extension time. And the contractor actually, Mr. Speaker, has paid the figure as I have said before, 106,597,441 and 83 cents of the out of the total amount, Mr. Speaker, which accounts to 57.22%. The date showing for payment made to contractor is not indicated, Mr. Speaker. That is 20,821,873 and 27 cents. The implementing the status of the project completion is 59.89. The contractor has been notified to continue the treatment works on Tinker Farm land, and the contractor has not reported to the site. That's what we observed, Mr. Speaker. Since the contractor has said that require around 4 months to complete the treatment works, Mr. Speaker. In our findings, Mr. Speaker, having made an oversight to visit the Kumulogit water project in Kamasian ward, we found out that the water has not been distributed to the residents. The treatment plan is not operational. The 100 cubic meters maximum storage tank process reached to the residents, and the implementation status of the project completion rate is around 60%, Mr. Speaker. It therefore, Mr. Speaker, recommended that the county executive committee member in charge of water, energy, environment, energy, forest, and natural resources, Mr. Speaker, project implementation team and the contractor ensure that the project is completed within the stipulated timelines. That the county CCM in charge of finance economic planning, Mr. Speaker, ensures that there is proper management of funding of ongoing and new projects. That the contractor again, Mr. Speaker, we recommended that they put in place measures to ensure safety of the residents is guaranteed during and after the completion of the project, Mr. Speaker. That the department, Mr. Speaker, provides the date upon which the payment of 20,821,873 shillings, Mr. Speaker, was made. And finally, Mr. Speaker, sir, we recommend that the contract be completed as per the contract period to allow the residents benefit from the project, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, we wish, as the committee, Mr. Speaker, to thank your office, the office of the clerk, and the assembly for the necessary support extended to this in the execution of this mandate, Mr. Speaker. It is therefore now, Mr. Speaker, pleasant duty to passion to standing order number 205 to present on the report on the statement raised by Honorable Philip Rono for consideration by this Honorable House, Mr. Speaker. And I will request Honorable Deputy Speaker to set. Sorry. Sorry. Okay, thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir. And I therefore signed as the Chair of Finance Economic Planning, Mr. Speaker. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you so much, the Honorable Kibet Basuben, for tabling the response on the statement raised by Honorable Philip Rono. And at this point in time, before I give to the Honorable Philip Rono, I will give to not more than 3 honorable members to make their contribution so that we can continue with the other order of business. Yes, the Honorable Deputy Speaker. Then I'll give to the Honorable Ezron.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker, for giving me this chance to also react on the report that has been tabled by my able chair for finance. Mr. Speaker, sir, the Kimulogit water project was started in the last term, where I was a member, and the rest of the motion, who is leader majority, was the chairperson of water committee at that time. And If you look at the report that has been tabled by the Chair of Finance, it shows that this program has been extended for a long time. And I think my only comment at this time is to urge the county executive to finalize on this project because it has taken way long. And the money that has been paid, as has been read, is more than 100 million shillings. And you see, Mr. Speaker, sir, such amount of money which has been paid and the residents are not enjoying services is injustice in itself. So my only comment is that let the department finalize, let the people of Kimalogit and the entire region enjoy the water. So this project should be completed as soon as possible. So I want to thank my chairman and I want to strongly recommend that this should be completed at the earliest time given. And in the report they have indicated that they will complete it by December. And I think December is just a few weeks to come. So I think they should also be realistic and give this house progress reports every month so that this project can be finalized and people enjoy the resources. That is all, Mr. Speaker. Thank you for the chance.
All right, thank you so much, the Honorable Deputy Speaker. The Honorable Les Rongatich.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker, sir, for the opportunity you have granted me, Mr. Speaker, so that I can join my colleagues in commenting on this statement, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I want to thank the chairman, first to thank the majority leader for coming up with this statement, Mr. Speaker. However, if we were together, we could have consulted so that we include all the strategic intervention programs, Mr. Speaker. However, we thank the committee for a swift response and detailed report, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, these are the projects, Mr. Speaker, which was started way back in 2019, Mr. Speaker. And the aim of this project, Mr. Speaker, it has a title, Strategic Intervention, Mr. Speaker. What do we mean by strategic intervention, Mr. Speaker? It was meant to alleviate and to get the resident to have value for money in those projects, and those projects were aimed at creating a positive impact in our county, Mr. Speaker. It's unfortunate, Mr. Speaker, that there has been lack of proper supervision and lack of proper commitment from both the executive and from the contractors, Mr. Speaker. This project, Mr. Speaker, it was designed through when you were in charge of finance, Mr. Speaker, and it was your dream, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, and these projects were spread across the county, Mr. Speaker. When we go to Kipkelian East, there was Londiani, which is not to completion again, Mr. Speaker. There is a project called Tuyabe Water Project, which never commenced, Mr. Speaker, and it was meant to provide water to larger areas of Kipkelian, which are suffering, Mr. Speaker. Kimbalaget, Mr. Speaker, is another project which it was the mother of all projects, Mr. Speaker, because it was meant to be for Kipkelian West the entire, because this project once complete, it will supply water up to Chilchila. Kapkures is another project, Mr. Speaker, which is suffering the same fate with Kimbalaget, Mr. Speaker. And I urge, Mr. Speaker, that the chairman finance do a proper report on all the strategic intervention, Mr. Speaker. Kabias Timbilil Road, Mr. Speaker, was another strategic intervention project which never came to completion, Mr. Speaker. Sondu Market, Mr. Speaker, is another project, Mr. Speaker, which was under strategic intervention, Mr. Speaker. And in Pureti, Mr. Speaker, there is a water project, Mr. Speaker, called Kirkobo, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, when you
honorable members, the honorable leader of majority, today you are so loud.
Mr. Speaker, when you analyze all this project, Mr. Speaker, it amounts up to almost 700 million, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, if this money which we had injected to this project, Mr. Speaker, was done to completion, there could have been a very positive, big positive impact in our county, Mr. Speaker. I can say, Mr. Speaker, the residents of Kericho has never gotten value for money for those projects, Mr. Speaker. It's high time, Mr. Speaker, you give a ruling and a direction, Mr. Speaker, or we come up as a house, Mr. Speaker, and see a way of ensuring that these projects come to completion, Mr. Speaker. Because already the projects has been allocated money, but we have flimsy supervision and flimsy contractors, Mr. Speaker. So, Mr. Speaker, I support the report, Mr. Speaker, and I urge, Mr. Speaker, I don't want to direct you, Mr. Speaker, but give guidance to the Chairman Finance, Mr. Speaker, so that we get a comprehensive statement, a comprehensive report of all the entire projects under strategic intervention, so that we do a proper recommendation as a house that will guide and spearhead this project so that it can be completed and the community of Kericho can get value for money. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you so much, the Honorable Ezron Ngatich. The Honorable Gilbert Ngatich.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir, for giving me this opportunity also to applaud the Committee on Finance and could be to also check on the recommendations that they made. As it has been said by the emeritus majority leader, that these are strategic intervention projects which we really bestowed our money for us to earn out of it, Mr. Speaker. One is the Pineapple Plant project in my ward, which is not operational as we talk today, Mr. Speaker. And I really thank God because you are seated today as a speaker and you are the finance minister. Mr. Speaker, some of this money that is 100 million paid, you are the one who really did the approval, I think, after raising some certificates, Mr. Speaker. Then I was seeing a concern on extension number 1, that is for 9 months, number 2, 8 months, number 3 to 23rd December. And now the recommendation says that the contractor needs another 4 months, Mr. Speaker, for its completion. I'm now seeing that the committee became so lenient to this contractor, because if he's seeking the fourth extension in a project which is so big like this, Mr. Speaker, sir, he was given all this summation of number of days and he's seeking to get the 4 months now. Are we sure that in 4 months' time the people from Kipkelian will enjoy the fruits of this particular project? Really? I would see in a recommendation, Mr. Speaker, that these contractors should be given an ultimatum from the committee that not beyond this time will he be tolerated to have an extension, or the work to be valued, the one which he has done, be valued and then retender to be done to the remaining parts of work, Mr. Speaker. Because I'm seeing an indication of the department not showing the dates when they were paying the 20 million. It means there is laxity. When the department comes with laxity, Mr. Speaker, it is the committee that will salvage the situation by giving stringent directions that they should really work on a very serious matter like this one, Mr. Speaker. So as you give direction, Mr. Speaker, get to know there are so many strategic intervention projects which are really not working. This is just but an tip of an iceberg, Mr. Speaker, of the many projects which are not actually working as we see today. So let's set this one to be an example to the rest, Mr. Speaker, as we go on now trying to raise, Mr. Speaker, issues pertaining those projects which are really also not operational yet. A lot of money has been allocated. Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir.
Thank you so much, the Honorable Matthew, and then I give to the Honorable Philip Prono, and then we will proceed.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, for giving me this opportunity so that I contribute on this statement, Mr. Speaker. One is that I want to thank the Committee on Finance, Honorable from Cheplangat, Mr. Speaker, for giving us this watertight report. One, Mr. Speaker, the contractor who is undertaking this contract, Mr. Speaker, I think it is high time for the committee Finance and even Committee Water, Mr. Speaker, to give ultimatums the way Honorable Ngatija has just stated, Mr. Speaker, because these are big contracts. And one, Mr. Speaker, I have seen how the county government, executive department, executive side, Mr. Speaker, have been cooperating with this contract. I have just gone through. It is not possible, Mr. Speaker, in any institution where you raise first certificate, Mr. Speaker, is being approved. In 25th of November, Mr. Speaker, the contractor raised 27 million, but it was approved 26 million and it was paid, Mr. Speaker. This is a cooperation that the executive tried to make the contractor easy to deliver this work, Mr. Speaker. According to my calculation, Mr. Speaker, again, is that the contractor has been paid to a tune of 60%, Mr. Speaker, while the works that has been done is 59%, of which it is roughly 60%, Mr. Speaker. But in good practice and well practice, Mr. Speaker, in contracts, the contractor should have been paid even at least 40%, so that he will get that agitation to complete the works because of waiting of the big profit, Mr. Speaker. One, Mr. Speaker, is that I want to thank the honorable member from Kamasha, Mr. Speaker, and other honorable members for the wise decision that made that time that we need to have this strategic intervention, Mr. Speaker. I think this project, when come to completion, Mr. Speaker, it will serve 3 wards, Mr. Speaker, in Kipkelian West, and other projects also that were set for the strategic intervention. I think that will open up our county, Mr. Speaker. The only thing, Mr. Speaker, that I can still urge my colleagues, Mr. Speaker, is that if it is possible, Mr. Speaker, when we allocate such amount to a tune of almost 200 million, Mr. Speaker, to a project, I think it is high time also from our side we do the right thing. We do oversight. We get those quarterly reports from the executive so that we will be able even to be interrogating on time before we raise such a statement, Mr. Speaker. This is a big project, Mr. Speaker, that is will be a landmark project in such areas of Kipkelian West, Mr. Speaker. Even, Mr. Speaker, I was talking with the chairman of water, Mr. Speaker, who is also trying all means, Mr. Speaker, to see that we complete Kipkobe water project, Mr. Speaker. If Kipkobe water project will come to this standard that we are seeing today with Kimalowit water project, Mr. Speaker, I think that will serve even more than 3 wards in Pureti, Mr. Speaker. And this will now bring us the budget committee, Mr. Speaker, instead of sharing money or allocation to each and every ward, Mr. Speaker. I think it is high time also we pool resources and we support one project even in a sub-county, Mr. Speaker, so that our people can get services on what they are paying for the revenues, Mr. Speaker. So one, I think, Mr. Speaker, this statement is good, but also we need also to give timelines to the contractor to ensure that the contractor deliver the work in the shortest time period. Because when we delay this project, Mr. Speaker, we are delaying service to our people. Thank you, Mr. Speaker, for such a wonderful minute that you have given us.
Thank you so much, the Honorable Matthew Korir. The Honorable Leader of Majority, Philip Rono.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker, for the opportunity. I have interacted with the reply, Mr. Speaker, from the Chairman for Finance, Mr. Speaker. And to represent, Mr. Speaker, the Chair has done a very good work, Mr. Speaker. I'm told even, Mr. Speaker, they had to visit the same project, Mr. Speaker. The project is good, Mr. Speaker, and I can confirm that the contractor done a very good work. Some information here, Mr. Speaker, are not true. Number one, Mr. Speaker, the works stands at almost 80%, Mr. Speaker, because they've done intake, they've done the 3 tanks, Mr. Speaker, for 200,000 liters each, and the 2 tanks for 100,000 liters each, Mr. Speaker. And the rising main, Mr. Speaker, from Malagat Forest to Tenga Farm, and the second one, Mr. Speaker, the rising mains to the same, to all the tanks, Mr. Speaker. And Mr. Speaker, have done my level best in allocating funds, Mr. Speaker, for the distribution for my people to get water, Mr. Speaker. We requested the same contractor, Mr. Speaker, to install the community water points outside the tanks, Mr. Speaker, and he has done the same, Mr. Speaker. The big challenge, Mr. Speaker, I have said, maybe according to my own interpolation, Mr. Speaker, the work stands at 8 because the only remaining thing, Mr. Speaker, is the treatment works, Mr. Speaker. The contractor did mobilize the machine to the sites, Mr. Speaker, the excavator and other things, Mr. Speaker. The challenge here, Mr. Speaker, that I wanted to get, Mr. Speaker, is the issue of the money that he raised, Mr. Speaker, this certificate of 3,752,600. And I believe, since the department has said they are about to pay, Mr. Speaker, I want to believe that this contractor will finish the works, Mr. Speaker. Number two, Mr. Speaker, there is this 1.5 kilometer of 75 millimeters ADP pipe to Kimoloi Primary, Mr. Speaker, DM2. I want to confirm, Mr. Speaker, that this one didn't reach, and Honorable Anthony Ruta is here, Mr. Speaker, because this is in Kipkelion ward, Mr. Speaker, and this one has not reached Kimoloi Primary, Mr. Speaker. It is hanging just around a kilometer or so to Kimoloi Primary, Mr. Speaker, and you see in the PQ it is supposed to reach there, Mr. Speaker. So that was also one reason of asking the same, Mr. Speaker. Another one, Mr. Speaker, construction of 6.2 kilometer transmission main pipeline, of which about 4 kilometers is within Malagat Forest, Mr. Speaker. I can confirm that was done, Mr. Speaker. And the other issues that were cited and the reasons for extension of time, Mr. Speaker, I can confirm, yes, it was during the time that we had COVID, Mr. Speaker. Another one is delayed authorization by the Kenya Forest, Mr. Speaker. And number 3 is the delayed grant by Tingafa, Mr. Speaker. I went personally, together with the County Secretary, Mr. Speaker, looking for this Lukiza to give us the land, Mr. Speaker. And they did give us for free, Mr. Speaker. But the only challenge now is that delay, Mr. Speaker. Otherwise, we have land that was donated by the Lukiza Limited that is owned by Honorable Gideon Moi, Mr. Speaker. But to date, Mr. Speaker, these people have not moved to site. Despite my hard work, Mr. Speaker, moving around, getting the land for the purpose of this community, Mr. Speaker. The fourth one, Mr. Speaker, and the final one, is this one. The contractor requires 4 months to complete treatment works, Mr. Speaker. The 4 months, Mr. Speaker, it means they have to seek for another extension of time, Mr. Speaker, because the extension that was done, or that was granted by the implementation committee, Mr. Speaker, was supposed to lapse on 23rd of December, Mr. Speaker, and you can see we are on 26th of December, Mr. Speaker. Even with all magics, Mr. Speaker, the TOX that they are supposed to do a thing of, Mr. Speaker, is around alone. It's costing around 12 million, Mr. Speaker, and it is full concrete works, Mr. Speaker, which needs time, Mr. Speaker. So I know for a fact they will not be in a position to complete within the contract period, Mr. Speaker. So maybe back to the chairman, Mr. Speaker, they need to give us the correct timelines so that I report back to my people, Mr. Speaker, because they are now drinking raw water, Mr. Speaker, and in the works, the Water Management Authority, that is WORMA, Mr. Speaker, doesn't allow such money to be used and give raw water to the people, Mr. Speaker. So I therefore still ask the chair to follow up, Mr. Speaker, with the department. And I believe all these strategic intervention projects, Mr. Speaker, should form part of the address by His Excellency the Governor, Mr. Speaker. As said by the Deputy Speaker, I was actually the chair for water, Mr. Speaker, and we did initiate so many projects, Mr. Speaker. One was to solve the water shortage in Purity, Mr. Speaker. And you see the big project called Kipkobuk Water Project, Mr. Speaker, is still hanging a line there, Mr. Speaker, while people are still moving around with donkeys, Mr. Speaker, to get water. I believe request honorable members here, Mr. Speaker, that on Thursday, when we will be having this meeting with His Excellency the Governor and the CCs and COs, such big projects like Pineapple, like Kipkopo Water Project, where Kiptune and Kibaibei in Ainamoi, Mr. Speaker, we had Kapkure's Water Project. These are big projects, Mr. Speaker, that was started to solve and to end the challenges that had been faced, Mr. Speaker. Another one, Mr. Speaker, is the tarmac in Londiani, Mr. Speaker. I normally move around. Those people have not completed the issues of drainages and the likes, Mr. Speaker. I believe, and I request the honorable members that we sit, maybe during this time, Mr. Speaker, we bring the contractors on record, Mr. Speaker, to complete all these works. We had a couple in Brook, Mr. Speaker. I don't know whether it has been completed or not. I only ask the honorable members that during our meeting with the governor on Thursday, kindly let us finalize all these annual projects for the people to realize their value for money, Mr. Speaker. Otherwise, thank you very much and God bless you.
All right, thank you so much, the Honorable Philip Bruno. Indeed, it is you are the one who raised the statement, and that was in regards to Kimalogit Water Project. However, I want to direct the Committee on Implementation that is led by the Honorable Chairman, Dr. Naman Drop. That's indeed it's true that we had a number of strategic intervention programs, including but not limited to Kimalogit Water Project, Kapkure's Water Project. There is even the water project at Mosot, that is Kipkopo Water Project, the Londiani Tarmac Road Project, the Brook, the upgrading of the Brook Center. We had also some projects, the Aina Moi Health, the Health Center, the Kaitui Emergency Accident Emergency Unit, a number of projects cutting across the county. I direct that you pick that, including investigating on the progress and the reasons why the said projects have not been completed, including also site visits so that you can confirm together with the relevant departments, and so that you can present the report to this house when we are back next in our next house calendar, that is from February 2024. So please know that and arrange accordingly so that you can proceed and find out the main reasons why such mega projects, which really are the flagship projects of the county government, has not been completed, and the residents have not enjoyed the services, as well as also the county government has not realized the value for money. So thank you, and please note that the chairman for implementation. Clerk, we move to next order.
Order number 8, the Kericho County Finance Bill 2023, second reading.
Other Honorable Debate Basuben, Chairman Finance. Yes, sorry, the Honorable Chairman for Finance and Economic Planning. There is one statement that is pending, but let's deal with it first and then we will come back to you. Sorry for that. The Honorable Philip Rono.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. I know it was an oversight, Mr. Speaker. We've had a lot of activities today. There is a statement, Mr. Speaker, that was supposed to be raised by Honorable Edna Tanu, Mr. Speaker, but she gave me full permission to table on our behalf, Mr. Speaker, that pursuant to Article 209, subsection 3A, B, and C of Kenyan Constitution 2010, the County Government Act of 2012, section 1084, A, B, and C, the Kericho County Assembly Standing Order number 48-1, I wish to seek a statement from the Committee on Finance and Economic Planning on the following issues. One, Mr. Speaker, the own source revenue raised by the county government of Kericho in the last financial year. Two, Mr. Speaker, the property valuation draws, revenue projections, and whether the same has been updated to capture the new properties. Number three, Mr. Speaker, the contribution by the multinational companies operating in Kericho County to the own source revenue, and whether the property valuation draws being used has been updated to reflect the changing economic times. Number four, Mr. Speaker, the database upon which projections of own source revenue in Kericho County is made. Number five, the comparative figures between the revenue collections made during the defunct municipalities and local authorities and the ones currently collected by the county government. The comparative revenue collections in different financial years by the county government of Kericho and reasons for parities. Number six, Mr. Speaker, the amount raised by the legal licensing board and the operating cost by the same board. Number eight, Mr. Speaker, the status of revenue collection automation status in Kericho County. And number nine, Mr. Speaker, the enforcement status on revenue collection, the number of revenue officers tasked to collect revenue within the county. Another one, Mr. Speaker, the revenues lost by the Kericho County due to gross county borders disputes, i.e. Kisumu and Nyamira, and the steps taken so far to resolve the same. Another one, Mr. Speaker, is the proceeds generated to the county government of Kericho from defaulters, fines on violation to traffic and the Kericho County Government Transport Act. And the final one, Mr. Speaker, the total arrears due for the county government from property owners in Kericho County, and whether plans to put in place waivers to act as an incentive to prompt payment. Signed by Honorable Edna Tanu, Mr. Speaker, but I was tabling on our behalf, Mr. Speaker. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you so much, the Honorable Leader of Majority, Philip Rono. That statement, of course, stands committed to the Committee on Finance and Economic Planning, again, by the Honorable Chair. And you have, we expect that you will table the report again when we resume from our long recess, that is in February 2024. Note that the issues raised are very salient and critical to the running of this county government. Clerk, next order.
Order number 8, the Kericho County Finance Bill 2023, second reading.
The Honorable Chairman, Kibet Basuben, Chairman, Finance and Economic Planning.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir, once again for this opportunity to read the Kericho County Finance Bill 2023, second reading. Memorandum of Objects and Reasons. The object of this bill is to impose or vary various fees, sales, and other charges for various services provided by the county. Part 1 of the bill, Mr. Speaker, provides for preliminary provisions, and Part 2 of the bill, Mr. Speaker, sir, provides for the charges, licenses, plot or house rent, sales or market fee to be paid to the county for services. It also provides for the amendments of the Act. Part 3, Mr. Speaker, of this bill provides for the appointment and duties of an agent in respect to collection of revenue for the county. It also provides for the mode of payment of revenue to the county. Part 4 of this bill, Mr. Speaker, provides for the general penalty for offences committed under the bill. It provides for the offences carried out by staff of county and the penalty of the offences. And Part 5 of the Speaker of this bill, Mr. Speaker, provides of miscellaneous savings and cessation of rate or fees, charges, licenses, sales, or rent applicable before the commencement of this bill. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
All right, thank you so much, the Honorable Chairman, for Finance and Economic Planning. Of course, in your bill, there is one Alex Bate, who remains to be the Chairperson, Finance and Economic Planning. And that is a very serious anomaly, because we don't have, unless we have Alex Bate in this house, so that can be confirmed, because they are assigned to be the Chairperson, Finance and Economic Planning. That needs to be expunged and correct. The Honorable DS, you can confirm there is one Honorable Alex. Honorable, give it.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir.
Order, you take your seat. Let's get to hear from the DS first, because the leader of majority has stepped out, and these are some of your members, unless the membership have changed, so that we can get to update our records.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker, for giving me this chance. I do confirm that we don't have a member by the name of Honorable Alex Bate in this third assembly, and so that name is strange in this house. Second, Mr. Speaker, sir, I happen to have been in the second assembly, and there was a member by that name, and he was the chair for finance. So I want to presume that whoever was sending this to government printer may have not indicated the right name. So that should be treated as an anomaly, because the first finance bill we were debating since the second assembly. And so for such a name to have found its way to the government printer, it's a mystery to me. But I wish to confirm the same, that we will have one chairman, Honorable Basubin, who is the chairman, Finance and Economic Planning, in this third assembly. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
All right, thank you, the Honorable Chairman for Finance and Economic Planning. You can confirm that one Alex Bate was not signing on your behalf.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir. The Chairperson, Finance and Economic Planning. It was a typo from the government printers, and we had made consultations. We had called them, and they promised to rectify and correct the mistake. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
And therefore, the Honorable Chairman of the Committee of the Whole House, that we propose to be part of the amendments. Clerk, next order.
Order number 9, the Kericho County Finance Bill 2023, Committee of the Whole House.
All right, thank you.
So, welcome members to the Committee of the Whole House. Honorable members, remember that Mace is still there, and this is an assembly session. So, as you consult in both terms, the Committee of the Whole House is part of the House. So, we should transact our business as required by law and as per the standing order. So, before us is the finance bill, which the Committee of the Whole House now will have a chance to make amendments, and we will later on report to the Whole House for consideration by the House. So I will ask the clerk to take us through so that we can invite the chairperson to make clarification. So the clerk.
Clause 2. That clause 2 on the definition of Zone A be amended by including Litein Town and further amended by deleting the word Litein Town appearing in Zone B. That clause 2 on the definition in Zone B be amended by adding the words Kapsuser Town, Brook Town and Kapkatet Town.
So Chairman Finance will give a chance now to clarify on these amendments so that I can propose the question for members to contribute a debate on the same. So remember, this is the Committee of the Whole House. The chairman will speak, confirm, to clarify on the amendments, and then I will give a chance to the whole House to debate, and then we move on like that. So it is simple as that. The chairman will come and he will tell us about these two amendments, so that the members can understand, and then thereafter I will open the floor for debate. And remember, as you do that again, is that there is also the typo which we also need to adopt. That is your name in the bill, which also must also be part of the bill, because Alex Pate, as read by the Speaker, is not a member of this House, so that should also be well captured. So, Chair of Finance, the floor is in yours to make your submission.
Thank you so much, Mr. Speaker. Thank you so much, Chair, for giving me this opportunity thank you so much, Chair, for this opportunity you have given me to give my comments on clause 2. The reason why we opted to amend Zone A, including Litein Town, and further amend by deleting the word Litein Town appearing in Zone B. We are elevating Litein Town because it is a municipality, and after consideration and after discussion, when we held public participation with the members of Litein Town, they gave our opinion that Litein Town should be elevated to the state where we have Kericho Town, Mr. Chairman. So we opted to elevate Litein Town to be Zone A. And again, Mr. Chairman, we elevated the Kapsuser Town, Brook Town, Kapkate Town. Those towns should not be in the same category as Chilchila, as Cheplanget, as Chiburi, even these are the centers across the other sub-counties, Mr. Speaker. So we, after a lengthy talks and deliberations with other members, we opted that these towns, Kapsuser Town, Brook Town, and Kapkate Town, be moved to Zone B to elevate those towns and give room to other centers in Zone C. Thank you, Chair.
So thank you, Chairman Finance and Economic Planning. So, honorable members, there are those two amendments, and now I wish to propose the question that clause 1 and 2 be amended as read by the Chairman Finance and Economic Planning to be part of the bill. So I now open the floor for debate so that you can agree with the Chairman, disagree, or even move an amendment. So this is your chance now to move to give your comments. So Chair Lance, the President Ngetich, you have the floor.
Thank you, Chair, for the opportunity you have given me so that I can put my inputs on clause 2, Mr. Speaker. Chairman. Chairman, I want to echo the Committee on Finance for elevating Litein to be Zone A. Considering the fact that, Mr. Speaker, Litein is a business hub at the most busiest town in this county, Mr. Speaker, and it generates a lot of revenue, Mr. Speaker. The standards and the services and the facilities which are erupted in Litein, Mr. Speaker, has made it to be elevated, Mr. Speaker. Considering that the fact that Litein, Mr. Speaker, is a town which most of the people from Kanoin, the entire Bomet, Mr. Speaker, do business and do within Litein town. And it is more, it's a growing town more than with a speed almost with Kericho town. And considering the fact that Litein has been elevated to a municipality, Mr. Speaker, is a city of its own, Mr. Speaker, is I support. Mr. Speaker, there is some towns which were elevated to Zone B after deletion of Litein from Zone B. The elevation of Kapsusor town, Brook town, and Kapkate town, Chairman, is a plus. There is one town, Mr. Speaker, which I want to move an amendment that Kapsoid be included to be among the towns elevated to Zone B, considering the fact that Kapsoid Chairman is a town which has equal status with Kapsusor, Brooktown, and Kapkate. Thank you. It's there. It's there. So if it is there, I support. Thank you. Okay, thank you. As you debate also, I'll give to other members. You have the yellow copy, which is the bill and the amendment. So as you come and contribute, also have in mind of that section that has been read by the chairman, the section clause 2, so that as you contribute, you refer to both what has been added and what is available there. So I'll now give a chance to Honorable Chief Whip, and then I'll give to Honorable Francis Terrell in that order. Thank you. And you address me as the chairperson, not as the speaker, because this is committee of the law, so I'm addressed as the chair, not the speaker.
Thank you very much, Chairman. Chairman, as you've actually put it right, that the Zone B, those are the centers that are actually fit for Zone B, Mr. Chairman, is that I had you elevating Brook to Zone B. And to my surprise, Mr. Chairman, Honorable Chairman, Kapkugorwe town also is appearing, which again begs the question, where is Kapkugorwe town? That is if you go to page 2. It was yellow. Yes, so which is Brook and which is Kapkugorwe town? That was my concern, Chairman.
Yeah. Okay, thank you. Since we have since we have the MCA for Kapkugorwe, I want to give you a chance to clarify whether Kapkugorwe town and Brook is one, so that as we go back to that debate, we are well informed. So we have let's listen from the area MCA, so that Honorable Martin Cheriot, please tell us.
Honorable Chairman, for this opportunity, if given me to clarify that Kapkugorwe town, Chairman, we do not say Kapkugorwe town. Kapkugorwe is it's a general term that refers to the ward, and the center that is within this Kapkugorwe ward is Brook Market, that is Brook Town, that is referred in this finance bill. So it should be Brook Town, Honorable Chairman. I hope I've given the clarification clearly.
Okay.
Yes, thank you, Chairman.
But you've had members, so the clarification there is Brook Town. Then the finance in the bill, we still have Kapkugorwe town. So someone has to make an amendment of that, because we can't have two conflicting stations. So let me give to Honorable Whip to move that amendment before I give to Honorable Francis Terrell to move your contribution. So Honorable Rotich.
Thank you, Chairman. Chairman, as it has been well put by the Honorable Martin Cheriot, that is the area MCA representing Kapkugorwe ward, Honorable Chairman, I want to move an amendment on page 2, when you go to page 2, the last on zone B, it is Kapugoro town. My proposal, Chairman.
Okay, other members. There's a point already by Revelation Matich. Can you continue? Okay, so Ezra Matich, please take your stand. Members, don't worry, we will procedurally move to every bit, so don't worry about the amendments you have or any concern. We'll give every member a chance.
I rise on a point of, I think it's a point of concern. Before Honorable Whip move an amendment, I wanted us to see on the same zone B, they have highlighted Litein Town, Kapkate Town, Rore Town, Kipkelian Town, Fortenan Town, Londiane Town, Chepseon Town, Ilti Town. So I wanted us to know this Ilti Town. We need clarification so that if we will make amendment or because there is topical order, we get it to finality first. So personally, I need clarification on Ilti Town, where it's situated, because initially I've never seen that. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you. Honorable Matthew Korid, you seem to be having an answer on the same, so I will give the chance to you because the question is on Ilti Town. So tell the House.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Speaker. I think as Chairman, Honorable Member from Chilchila is even aware that Fortenan is called Fortenan, and this Ilti is Loti. That is the name of Loti being Ilti Town. So Ilti is under Soget Tendeno ward. Loti, that is another word. Okay.
So clarification is intended so that you have the MC for that area? We don't in the House, but it has been confirmed by
under the jurisdiction and administration of Soget Tendeno is Ilti.
All right, thank you. So let's look at the reference term. Just hold on. Let me give to Honorable Chief to finish this amendment. Will it add because I want us to move procedurally so that it's confirmed Ilti Town, So Honorable Francis Terry, could you hold on and allow Honorable English to move this amendment, and then I will come back to you. So welcome.
Thank you, Chairman. Chairman, I beg to move an amendment of the said the written Kapkugoro Town to read Brook Market. I beg to is it second.
Is it Brook Market or Brook Town? Because
Brook Town, sorry.
So you need to move an amendment
to delete Kapkugoro Town and replace it with Brook Town.
Is your seconder?
Seconder, Honorable Hezron Ngatich.
Okay, thank you. So, honorable members, I now propose the question that interpretation clause of Zone B, Kapkugoro Town be deleted and replaced by the word Brook Town. Now I put a question that the interpretation clause on Zone B, Kapkugoro Town be deleted and be replaced by the word Brook Town. Will as many of similar opinions say aye? And will as many of the opinions say nay? The ayes have it. So that amendment has been approved. Let's now go back to the substantive motion that is before us, and I want to give a chance now to Honorable Francis Terror to make his contribution. Welcome.
Thank you so much, Honorable Chairman, for giving me this opportunity also to support the amendment, especially the Litein Town. But considering the Litein Town, Mr. Chairman, is that when you compare Litein Town and Kericho Town, and development-wise, structure-wise, I want to say Kericho Town is better than
Litein, but I want to acknowledge the amendment done by the department, the Committee of Finance. But I want to urge that Litein Town be provided with services, because when you look at Litein Town, and especially structures, the roads are pathetic in Litein Town. You don't have couples. So, and I want to urge that after amending this clause, Mr. Chairman, let services follow, because we need to have a very clean town, especially Litein. Number 2, on clause 2, Mr. Chairman, amendment by adding the words Kapsusir Town and Brook Town. But Kapkatet Town is already in zone B, so there is no need of amending that, because the already Kapkatet Town is already in zone B. So there is no further amendment for that, because it is already in zone B. So thank you. Honorable Naman Rob, Dr. Welcome.
To support the amendments that have been placed before this committee, but mine is to seek further clarification, particularly on Kabianga Town and Chemnyoga Town. Chemnyoga Town is not in Zone B, in my view, as proposed in this bill. Yet you are aware, Chairman, that Chemnyoga Town, geospatially, it is bigger than Kabianga Town. Organizational structures, buildings, and so forth are many in Chemnyoga Town as opposed to Kabianga Town. And also looking at the market today, the markets and so many other things that happen there, Chemnyoga is better placed also to be in Zone B as opposed to Zone C as compared to Kabianga Town. I would like to get guidance going forward.
Okay, I would have given a chance to the MCA Kabianga, but since he's not there, I'll give to a member from the sub-county of Belgut to make clarification on Chemnyoga and Kabianga, so that we are all guided on this. So, neighbor Honorable Harold Rotich, please tell the whole house.
Thank you very much, Chairman. On the issue that is raised by the Honorable Naman Rob, Chairman, it is explicitly clear that, as you all know, that Kabianga ranges from Kapchaluch, stretching to the university. At immediately university, it is a tea farm which belongs to the county. Then immediately, it is Chemnyoga. So it's just one stretch. So Kabianga is just the same, just within Kabianga. There's about a difference of about 300 meters apart. That is one area, Chairman.
So maybe the question as you take your chair, in the finance, in this bill is about Kabianga Town. So the question is Chemnyoga part of Kabianga Town? Yeah, because, okay, hold on, members, because what is being raised by Dr. Naman is Chemnyoga, hold on, when the finance team will be collecting revenue, when they go to Chemnyoga, will they refer to Kabianga Town and say this part of and collect? That's the question of the day. So let's be very clear on there. So hold on. Let me give to another member from Belgut Sub-County, Peter Kemoy and Matthew, so that we get to know, understand exactly. So Peter Kemoy and then Matthew Korir, then we'll understand, because we need to clarify on that issue, very important. So, Peter Kemoy. Thank you.
Mr. Speaker.
Order, Anthony Ruto.
Chairman. Chairman.
Order. Peter Kemoy is speaking now.
Chairman, thank you for giving me the opportunity. When we talk of Kabianga, it's like we are referring to this Kericho, where when we have Brook and also Kericho Town. So those are two different places. So Chemnyoga is in the upper side, Kabianga is towards the other side where Kenya Highland Circle is. So they have different markets and we have to be very sincere to this house. Thank you, Chair.
Okay, thank you. Let's also hear from Honorable Matthew Korir on that important discussion.
Chairman, Chairman, if you can allow me, request the Chief Whip to...
Order Chief Whip, just hold your peace for now.
Okay, Chairman, it is my request that Anderson B, we have Kabianga Town and Anderson, I'm not saying C, Chemyoga and Kabianga Town are two different towns. Because it is two different towns, Chairman, is that if Chemyoga and Kabianga can be placed under category C, will help the people of that areas. Because when you take Kabianga to zone B and take Chemyoga to zone C, it is not equivalent to the service that those people are getting, Chairman. But it is two different towns.
Yeah, the question I put as a chair of this house was on the issue of whether Kabianga Town and Chemyoga are one in this finance bill or they are different in terms of definition, because that is a question being addressed right now. So even before you talk about zone B or B, the question here I want to clarify as a chair is that is Chemyoga part of Kabianga in this finance bill?
No.
All right, the question. So then I can refer back to the rest of the motion. So let me give to Chair Lands, because before I give to Anthony, since we have Chair Lands here, and could be also another issue of land matter, he can also tell us, because Chair Lands, I trust him that he may have information. So Chair Lands, please tell us on this question raised by Honorable Norman Rob.
Thank you, Chair. I want to enlighten honorable members first before I come to the issue. Let's not try to reduce the towns. The purpose of when you elevate a town, it qualifies even for planning, town planning. So when you reduce a town, when it comes to maybe future planning, town planning and what have you, you will have looked out your town. So when you elevate, it stands a chance to be a town and in future to be a municipality. On the issue of Chemyoga and Kabianga, me personally, I see let Kabianga and Chemyoga be under Kabianga, so that when planning, the entire area will be planned and maybe can be categorized as a municipality, that area, and so short. Because when you reduce one, only for the purpose of financing. Yes, maybe.
Hold on.
Yes. So I will make. But I think the overall name, which can stand bigger, can be Kabianga. It can house both. That is my submission, Chair.
All right. So as you discussed that, maybe the question then I should put as a chair of this house is that is Chemyoga part of this vicinity in terms of maybe the location, sub-location, and also for the revenue, for the sake of revenue, because this is a revenue bill. When they are collecting, how do they treat Chemyoga? Is it under Zone B, under Kabianga, or other towns? Remember, a finance bill. Members, go back to me to the Zone C. Zone C says other towns outside Zone A and B. So any other town not defined, then I'll give to Mr. Anthony Ruta. Okay, let me give to Anthony Ruta. Then I'll give to the. Hold on. I'll give you a chance. Let me give to Anthony Ruta first, and I'll give you a point of information because he had raised his hand. Yes, use the microphone.
Thank you, Chairman. For Chemyoga and Kabianga Town, please seek more clarification. Those are two different towns. Another amendment. Chemo South. Before, okay. Another amendment. Under Zone B.
Before I want us to look on the matter of Chemyoga and however, so I will ask you to take your seat first. Then I'll give you a chance to come and move your amendment. So for now, just have a seat. I've noted that you have an amendment. I want us to conclude on this matter of Chemyoga and Kabianga, so that we can move on forward. Honorable Chief Whip, what is happening information? I'll give to Naman Rob. Then we discuss, we conclude on this matter of Chemnyoga.
Chairman, as per the current collection in terms of revenue, Chairman, that is both for Kabianga and Chemnyoga, both are classified as Kabianga town. The reason is, Chairman, they are in terms of collection of the same fee, that those are for the shops, that's what they are paying in Kabianga is the same as what they are paying in Chemnyoga. That is the same. So, Chairman, it's good that you note that both are serving under Kabianga market. Thank you very much. That's information I had.
Okay, thank you. Dr. Naman Rob, we just want to clarify the question raised by you. Once we have a clarity, we can move forward. So please.
Thank you, Chairman. So that as we are even moving further to making a discussion and a conclusion on this very matter.
Yes.
Is that I have a business at Chemnyoga, and while getting the permit, it clearly indicates Chemnyoga town. And I have another business in Kabianga, while also doing the permit, it is indicating also Kabianga town. And not only that one, Chairman.
Hold on. Just give me time.
Let them give me time to make my case.
Yes.
Chairman, and apart from that, the two towns are holding their market days differently. And that one alone, to me, deserves that the two be placed distinct, whatever kind of category they are in. Thank you.
Maybe hold on. This is a relaxed debate because the House. Maybe the question I'll have to you then is that in terms of revenue to the county, okay, in terms of revenue to the county, yes. Do you have this? Do you have same business?
Yes, it is.
So do you make the same revenue or they are varied?
No, same revenue.
So it means if it means same revenue, then it means it
is distincting the two places of work.
Okay.
That one is Kabianga town and the other one is Chemnyoga.
Okay, fine. Okay. So maybe at this time, the Chair of Finance is here. The Chair of Finance is here. Yeah? The Chair of Finance is here. And I would like, honorable members, if you look at this document here, honorable members, if you look at those zone A and zone B, it is a guide because the Chair of Finance, I don't know, because I need to make a ruling on the same because I want the Chair of Finance to clarify on this zoning so that now if we're going to make an amendment or we leave it as it is because Dr. Naman Rob has confirmed that he's paying same amount of revenue in Chemnyoga and the other side. Hold on, we want to conclude this matter. Hold on. That's part of the debate. So I want to give last to Chair of Finance so we can move to the next amendment by Honorable Anthony Ruta. So Chair of Finance, I want to listen to Chair of Finance then before I make a ruling. Hold on, order members. I want to order Chief Whip. Order. I want to give the Chair of Finance and make a ruling on this matter. We move on to the next level. Chair of Finance.
Okay, thank you, Chair. And maybe thank you to the person who introduced this issue about Kabianga and Chemnyoga. We have just called with Anthony Ruto, the revenue officer, and he has confirmed that Chemnyoga is a different town from Kabianga. But we will suggest as the House that we put under one umbrella because already they are paying the same revenue to be in zone B. Yes, thank you, Mr. Speaker. So we will put as a stop.
So therefore, all the members, so having confirmed from the Chair of Finance, then someone has to move an amendment to reflect what has been said by the chairperson. So chairperson, you have made a submission that you have confirmed, and therefore to make it look well, then you either need to move an amendment so that Chemnyoga can be added in this finance bill. They're separate. So who will move an amendment? Aya, Honorable Anthony Ruto. Hold on. Aya.
Two amendments, Chair.
Aya, so Anthony Ruto, so not the two amendments.
Chenyoga to be elevated.
Order members. Order. Anthony Ruto is on the chair.
Chenyoga to be moved from zone Z to zone B. Another amendment, a very key one, a very important one. Chemosot. Chemosot is an upcoming town. It's very vibrant. So I want to amend that Chemosot be moved from zone C to zone B. Thank you.
Is your seconder?
Chief Whip, Vice Chair, Kenya.
Aya, honorable members, I now propose. Okay, once amendment has been seconded, the next thing is to now to propose the question. Then you now debate and either support or reject. So I'm now proposing the question to open debate. So hold on. So if you have a contrary opinion, hold your horses because you'll get a chance. So I now propose the question that the amendment is out of order. Hold on, members. Hold on. So I now propose the question. I now propose the question that the interpretation will close on zone B to now include Chemyoga town and Chemosot town. Now the floor is now open for members to contribute. So who wants to contribute? No, you cannot move another amendment. So let members now contribute on the issue of Chemosot and Honorable Anita Biegon. Honorable Anita Biegon. Hello members. No, we cannot move to another amendment until we conclude on the Honorable Anita Biegon. What is you want to contribute on the matter before an amendment on Chemosot and the floor is now open for that. No, I proposed the question. I have proposed. So welcome, Honorable Anita.
Thank you, Chair. I think my concern is on Chemosot. Honorable Anthony, from nowhere, is just deciding that Chemosot to be elevated. I think we are in a serious business here. And for us to elevate a market to a town, we have to do some considerations. So, our able chair, it is my ample request that let's put Chemosot aside until we actually confirm if there is any business, any revenue that we can actually talk about a town today. So that is, and this comes from an elected member of that ward, that I don't recommend that we elevate Chemosot to a town as of today, just considering what is happening and the businesses that are happening in that town or in that market. Thank you, Chair. So I say no to elevation of Chemosot to that zone. Thank you.
Thank you. Who else wants to contribute? Honorable Francis Terrell, then I'll give to Honorable Weldon Dogon. Remember, what you're contributing is about elevation of two towns, Chemyoga to end.
Thank you so much, Honorable Chairman. I don't agree with the amendment because when we look at Chemosot, it doesn't qualify to be a town. That's a small market. So, Chairman, I don't agree with the amendment of Chemosot. And even other towns, there's very small centers which cannot be towns. So I'm requesting that this amendment be deleted, Honorable Chairman, because Chemosot is a small center, Cheburge is a small center, other markets are small centers. They cannot qualify to be towns. Chairman, usually.
Honorable Weldon Dogon. The floor is Honorable Weldon Dogon. Order members. Order.
Thank you, Chairman. Chairman, in light of this, order members, order. I will soon invoke the powers to ask to be escorted. Honorable Chief Rahman, the Chief of Order. Thank you, Chairman. If you look at the amendments that we are doing today, that we are moving Litein to zone A, and remember, for Litein to be a municipality, Chemosot Market is inside there, Kapkatet is inside there, Cheborge is inside there. Chairman, what it means is, even as the county government of Kericho rolls out a number of projects, Chairman, protect me because I've got to make the point. When the county government is rolling out these programs, Litein municipality, where Chemosot, Cheborge and Kapkatet are inside, will benefit greatly. Chairman, a while ago we talked about Kipkobe Water Project, which is in Chemosot. Once the project runs, definitely the business in that town will grow. I support the amendment by the Honorable Ruto that we move Chemosot from zone C to zone B. Honorable Matthew Korir. Honorable Matthew Korir. Order members, order.
Chairman,
Order.
I request for your protection, Chairman, especially from the member of representing Chemosot, Mr. Chairman. Chairman, it is only in this county assembly where an honorable member can deny award with the development. The moment we elevate your center is the moment we will devote resources to that center. The moment we Chairman, I seek for your protection. Chairman.
Okay, order members, allow Honorable Matthew Korir to proceed.
Chairman, remember the factors when you are allocating money to Litein municipality, Chairman, we consider at markets like Chemosot, Cheborge, and Kapkatet, Chairman. So elevating Chemosot to zone B, Chairman, it will help the member of the county assembly representing Chemosot even to get more funds in that area, Chairman. Another thing, Chairman, is that we are praying so hard that since that we are the one utilizing these resources under the revenue, Chairman, the problem...
Order members, order. Order members, we are almost there to give Honorable Matthew Korir a chance to make his point, like you have done. Remember, this is still a house, it's still in session, committee of the whole house, and the rules still apply. So,
Chairman, if you don't mind, I think I have to urge my colleagues, those who are arguing and are raising some concern while sitting. I think it is high time, because when we collect this revenue, some of you even, you have been given this revenue for fundraising. We are talking, we want to improve this revenue in your areas. We want to improve the own source revenue of this county. The moment we will get that revenue is the moment we will get a better share from the national government. So what we are discussing here, Chairman, even the national government, even the president invoke a tax to house levy, Mr. Chairman. But today, as we discuss, even to those small canteens that we have in our markets, to increase by at least even 500 shillings, it means that we'll be improving the revenue of this county, Mr. Chairman. And in that, the people from Bureti should even be celebrating and telling us for taking this wise decision to improve and to elevate Chemosot to the zone B, because we will be able even to get more allocation on municipality. Thank you, Chairman.
so thank you, Honorable Matthew Korir. Honorable Hunter Biegon, you see, as per the standing order, you have already contributed on the matter. So you cannot contribute once again because you have given your sentiments. The only thing remaining now, I'll give to Honorable, I will give to Honorable Chair Rhodes, then I'll give to member of the motion to reply before I put the question. Gilbert Ngetich. Order members, order.
Okay, thank you, Chairman, for giving me this opportunity to also contribute on matters elevation of Chemosot, Cheborge to status of Class B. Roret has been in Class B, and I do not see a clear indication that I'm benefiting so much from the resources from the county coffers. So it is through hard work, though the revenue collection from the area is big compared to Chemasot, compared to Cheborge. So I really beseech honorable members that let us not somehow elevate a town which is yet to grow. Let us elevate a town based on the revenue collection. It is not a matter of whether to kill who or to build who. What determines the elevation of a town is the revenue collection. We can have data facts from Cheborge, from Chemasot. My take, Mr. Chairman, is that let Roret remain in that status of Class B, and Chemasot, Cheborge is still young to be elevated later. Thank you.
So thank you. So before I put a question, I would like to give to Honorable. You have to reply now to your amendment, or before I put the question. Honorable Rita, reply to your amendment. Okay, let me put a question then. So, Honorable members, I now rise to put the question that the interpretation section on part B to include Chemora town and Chemoso town. Will as many of similar opinions say aye? Aye. And will as many of contrary opinions say nay? The ayes have it. So, honorable members, before you do the amendment, honorable members, honorable members, honorable members, as by standing order, honorable members, as by standing order and charging that there are more amendments coming, the assembly is supposed to end by 5:30, and since Committee of the Whole House does not have the power to extend time, other members, judging by the time now, we are supposed to end the session by 5:30, and given the fact that there are still amendments which are still coming, and we cannot, as Committee of the Whole House, don't have the powers to extend the sitting session, we are now forced to report as it is, so that the chair of the whole, the chair now of the main house, we can seek for extension of time so that we can embark and debate more and be able to conclude on our discussion, on our debate on this matter. So I will report to the speaker for more extension of time. So that is it. Point of information from Zidane Matich. Yes.
Considering the fact that Chair, by 5:30 we need to extend, and we don't have more clauses, amendment, let's report back and then we extend, because we still have more businesses. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
other honorable members. Honorable members, we are on Hamsat, and I can hear that you are speaking some Chinese language, which is a good language, led by the Honorable Gilbert Nyatich, the member for Roret. All the honorable members, now we are back to business. And of course, looking at the time, I don't know whether the chairman, the Honorable Diaz.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. I wish to report that the Committee of the House sat and was not able to finish its business because of the time, and we still have some building business which we have not been able to finish. So I cannot report what the House decided because we were caught up by time, and therefore I was the reason to seek and looking also at the other business before the other paper. I wish to seek extension of time, and since leader majority is here with us, I wish to seek extension of time for another until we finish the business of the day, because we have the Committee of the House still pending and still other business that is before us. So I wish to seek extension of time until we finish that. I will move a motion of extension until we complete the business of the day. And I want to ask the Honorable Leader Majority to second the extension of time. Welcome.
Proceed, Honorable Leader Majority. All right, thank you for seconding. Honorable members, I now rise to put the question that this House extend the time until the business or the order of business is completed. That is before us in this sitting. Will as many of similar opinions say aye? Will as many of contrary opinions say nay? And the ayes have it. So the Honorable will continue with the Committee of the Whole House.
So order, welcome back members to Committee of the Whole House. We continue where we left, and order members, we have just passed two amendments. That is, one was adding Chemega and Chemosot to Zone B, and now I want to open the floor for further contribution or further amendments. Honorable Chief Whip.
Thank you, Chairman, and welcome members. Now that Chairman, I want to also seek. I want to seek
a point of order from Honorable Leader Majority.
All right.
What is your point of order?
Chairman, thank you very much, Chairman. The Chair for Finance is trying to correct me not to call you Chair, but I know it's Chairman. Issue here, Mr. Speaker, you see the document that is before us. It's just a caution. I'm not trying to protect or defend anybody from doing anything. But let's have in mind that this is a document that originated from the public participation across all the counties. So even as we do all these amendments, insertion and removal of other things, Mr. Speaker, Chairman, I'll seek that let's not rush. Number one, it's a product of public participation from the members of the public. Number two, you see we have professionals along this line after considering so many things. One, issues of poverty. Number two, issues, the economic activities within the area, analyzing the revenue that has been collected over years from different centers. So it's good that even as we do all these things, let's be very much considerate. Let us not do it emotionally. Let us do it soberly. Thank you.
Thank you for that information. Honorable Rotich.
Chairman, thank you, Chairman. Chairman, I seek inclusion of some of the centers from Zone Z to Zone B. Chairman, center like Kiptere, which is actually in Zone Z, Sigawet, which hosts a sub-county hospital, Kedawa, and Cheburge. Those are the 4 centers that I would seek inclusion into Zone B. Kiptere, Kedawa, Sigawet, and Cheburge.
So if you make an amendment, you need to have your seconder.
Let Honorable Anthony put a second.
Okay, thank you. So, honorable members, I now propose the question that the interpretation of the bill of Zone B to now include Cheburge, Sigawet, Kiptere, and Kedawa. I now open the floor for contribution from members. Honorable Gilbert Ngetich.
Mr. Speaker, I think there is no fairness in this house now. If we can allow this to happen, because I know Kiptere, I know Barsiele. So if we are not having the list including Barsiele, in fact for Barsiele, there is no need Chemozo to be there. Barsiele is a very big town. I was there today in the morning when checking some roads there. So my insertion is, in the list the Honorable Majority Whip gave, add Barsiele. If we are doing justice to all these towns and we want to collect revenue. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Honorable Gilbert. You see, I have proposed the question, but I won't allow the mover of the amendment to either add, withdraw the motion and the amendment and redo it, or allow it to move on, because it's not my question now. So I will ask the mover of the amendment if you will want to reconsider adding or whatever. So let me, because it's very important how I give that direction. So and let's do this with objectiveness it deserves. Honorable Rotich.
Chairman, since there is a lot of members who are actually agitated, then preferably, Chairman, I would suggest that we include so that it can be complete. Thank you very much.
Point of order by Honorable Evelyn Ngetich.
Thank you, Chair. One thing I will need to raise on a point of order is that, Mr. Speaker, we are on a session and the rules and procedures of the House still stands, Mr. Speaker. Once you put a question, a mover cannot come and add another list, Mr. Speaker, unless another person come and move another amendment later. So let's contribute on the initial amendment until we exhaust. If there is any other member who needs to move an amendment, he comes and move after we have expanded the original one. Thank you. So that at least we safeguard this house as house of rule.
Okay, that is well guided. I was only giving a chance of the person who had moved the amendment, and since already I had proposed the question, it is now time for members to contribute. Then we put the question. Then I will also allow other amendments to be done. That includes now other times if they need to move other times as well. Right. So you see, Honorable Gilbert Ngetich, the amendments has been seconded and have proposed the question. So you can only move forward and put a question and then go back again and look at other amendments and allow members to also add. So the question here before us is now the addition of Cheburge, Sigawet, Kiptere, and Kedawa in one amendment. So as you contribute to support or reject these amendments in a whole. You cannot reject because they have been lumped together as one amendment. So just be guided that it is Cheburge, Sigawet, Kiptere, and Kedawa
to be put into Zone B. So as you contribute, you either support this particular amendment or reject it before I put the question. Leader of majority, then I'll give Honorable Ngetich.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. I have asked Mr. Speaker to oppose the amendments, Mr. Speaker, of upgrading those towns or centers. I can call it centers, Mr. Speaker. They are not towns as per se, Mr. Speaker. Those are small centers to Zone P, Mr. Speaker. Though I was late, Mr. Speaker, but I know, one, there are so many things to consider before you uplift a center to a certain zone. One, Mr. Speaker, we knew from the time in memorials, Mr. Speaker, the times we've been doing all this, Mr. Speaker, that Kericho Town and Litein Town, Mr. Speaker, those are municipal towns, Mr. Speaker, that benefits so much from World Bank funding and other fundings. They attract other fundings, Mr. Speaker, like Chairman, like the one for urban centers development, even roads itself, they attract funding from Kura, Kera, and the likes, Mr. Speaker. And that makes the town, or that makes those towns or centers qualify for the same, Mr. Speaker, because they get services almost from all corners, Mr. Speaker. They attract various investments. But a town, I have been to Cheburge, Mr. Speaker, Chairman. One, I have never seen even a public market that sits maybe on a county land, a big land. I have never seen such a very serious economic activity. I have not seen very good houses, Mr. Chairman, that will attract a substantial rent for somebody conducting business in that area. Take for example, when you try to uplift now, I have seen Cheburge, Chairman, one, the buildings there. It goes much that you as a businessman that will rent the house, maybe it goes only for 5,000. But when you get the businessman doing a business inside that house, and you charge higher, because the more you uplift, it will not correspond to the annex, Chairman, and this might give us challenges going forward, Mr. Chairman. So I believe that before zoning, there were measures that were used to come up with those zones, and therefore I stand to oppose the amendments.
Thank you, Majority. Honorable Ngetich, I saw your hand. It's now your chance to contribute on this amendment.
Thank you, Chair, for giving me this opportunity so that I can rise to oppose the amendment, Mr. Speaker, of inclusion of those terms, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, this finance bill, Mr. Speaker, is a product of public participation, Mr. Speaker. The reason why it was subjected to the public participation by the executive and then again confirmation by the county assembly, Mr. Speaker, is to affirm whether the proposal was true to the knowledge of the people, Mr. Speaker. Now that, Mr. Speaker, we are coming to water down the product of the public participation, Mr. Speaker.
Order. Give a chance to Honorable to contribute concerning the land terms.
So, Mr. Speaker, we will be watering down the product of a public participation, Mr. Speaker, and we will be eroding what was a product of public participation. Considering the fact that, Mr. Speaker, most of these honorable members didn't participate in the public participation, Mr. Speaker, because during the public participation we were busy engaged elsewhere, Mr. Speaker. So, if we will allow this amendment, Mr. Speaker, and it slips to the hands of the members of the public, Mr. Speaker, this thing can be challenged in a court of law, and this can be stopped, Mr. Speaker, and will be doing a zero work, Mr. Speaker. However much we may be competing, Mr. Speaker, but let's not minor on the major and major on the let's not major on the minor and minor on the major, Mr. Speaker. So let's see a bigger picture of the same. So I oppose in totality the amendment of inclusion of more towns. Thank you.
Honorable, you had contributed. You will have your seat.
No, you had acknowledged by bowing, so I'll give you a chance. Because you cannot contribute on a motion twice. No, you seconded by bowing, so it's allowed. When you second by... Yes.
Thank you.
You have your minute? Yes.
Honorable Speaker, sir. After listening keenly to the contributions of Leader of Majority, my brother Emeritus, in addition to that, we want to to embrace fairness. We have already elevated Kabianga town to Zone B, Chemyoga to Zone B, Temosot to Zone B. For fairness sake, if we are not going to elevate Cheborgei, Kipteris, Kedoa, Sigawit, then we have to reverse everything. That is my contribution on the chair. We want to be fair.
Thank you for those sentiments. Honorable Leader Ngetich, I see your hand is up. Contribution in this matter.
Mr. Chairman, thank you for this opportunity.
Order, members, order.
I also join hand with Honorable Anthony Ruto. I remember Majority Leader you were in, and the Emeritus you were in, when I was opposing the Chemasa thing. And we were only three saying nay, and all of you, including Emeritus, said you are not there. So Emeritus were there. You were saying hi for Chemasa only to be elevated. Now, for fairness, Mr. Speaker, let this elevation which was made for only Litein remain that way, and the rest to stay until we have blessings from those people whom you've said they are the greatest stakeholders. Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Ngetich. Honorable Norman Rob, I had seen your hand up. You have no contribution that you had. Dr. Norman Rob. I'm also consulting here because remember we had put a question. We want to see what our standing order, if it allows for amendment of the amendment.
Thank you.
Yes, go proceed, Director.
Thank you, Honorable Chairman. I rise to support the amendment for the inclusion of the said towns, and particularly on the following grounds. Number one, the fact that this document came through public participation does not necessarily mean that it came through a rigorous process that if we amend it would negate the public view that the members of the public give, considering the kind of public participations that we know are done, and also considering the fact that as a house we are not a conveyor belt. These things must be thought through and analyzed and even revised. We are not just a conveyor belt that the document just came from public participation, and now that it has come from public participation, we take it wholesomely as it is. We must scrutinize this document and make amendments where necessary. Secondly, Chairman, is that the difference between zones, even when you look at the charges, are not so many. While in Zone A, for instance, one can be charged 150 in terms of motor vehicle parking. The other one is charged 200, a difference of 50 shillings. I know when we elevate these towns and give them this status, it will enable the county government attract even more funding from the development community and the donors, and thereby lift the kind of standards of living in these particular towns, whether in water projects, whether in roads, whether in security and its infrastructure, and so many other things. When you look at, for example, regularization in page 33, while in Zone A it is charged at 50,000,
In Zone B, it is still charged at 50,000, and in Zone C, it is still charged at 50,000. It is the same. The difference in charges is not so much big. We are looking at the posterity of this document, we are looking at posterity of our towns, and we are looking at the posterity of the villages and the communities that we have, that in future the very said towns be elevated, and it impacts directly on the kind of living that our people will get from the said. So I don't see major big difference. I rise to support that the said towns be moved to Zone B. Thank you, Chairman.
Thank you. I'll give to one last. I'll give to Honorable Weldon Dogon, and then Honorable Peter Kemai. Then I'll put a question. I'll also order members. So, all right. Order members. Order members. The Honorable Weldon Dogon is on the chair. Majority. Please take your seat. Please.
Thank you, Chairman. I also rise to support the amendment, and I'm giving two reasons, because the two towns, Sigawet and Kiptere, are in my ward. Mr. Speaker, Kiptere town, at the moment, I'm doing a massive water project that will benefit the town. Number two, if you look at the towns, the markets that were proposed to be funded by the national government, Kiptere is one of them. So if the national government, through the Department of Trade, is going to put more resources, Kipsitet is another one. So we cannot have Kipsitet to be in Zone B and Kiptere is Zone C, yet we are pumping in more resources into those towns. So I support, because the resources we're going to plow there should be, we contribute to what we are getting as a county. One last one, Mr. Chairman.
Yes, other members, let him conclude his contribution.
I cannot talk about Cheburge. I want to talk about Sigawet. Sigawet is now a very, business center, market center, because of the KMTC, because of there is a teachers college there. So, sub-county hospital. So, we need, because we have to do so much. And by the way, Chairman, in middle of this, we've already asked the governor to gazette some of these towns to be municipalities. One is Sondu, and it will come up to as far as Sigawet. So Sigawet coming to Zone B is something that we expect, and it's a plus to the county and to my ward. So I support the amendment, Chairman. Thank you.
Thank you. Honorable Peter Kemai, senior handed, you are now content. So therefore, honorable members, I now put a question. That the bill on the part 1, that is on interpretation on Zone B, to now include Cheburge town, Sigawet town, Kiptere town, and Kedoa town. Will as many of similar beings say aye? Aye. And will as many of the contrary beings say nay? The ayes have it. So back to the motion. Honorable members, we are now back to the main. Order members, order members. So we are now back to the main motion, and we are back to the main motion now. And since we have passed the motion by the chair and the amendments, I want to ask if there's any other comment before I call the chair finance to now make his last remarks before I end the session for us to report to the House. Honorable Whip is here already. Yes.
Thank you, Chairman. I think going forward, Chairman, and I want to appreciate honorable members for actually seeing it fit that most of the centers actually need to be upgraded. Chairman, as it has been captured very clearly that the following centers that has been noted, that has been upgraded, should actually be given more resources. Now that they are collecting more, they should also be given more developments. So, Chairman, I think you are noting this because you see, these are a bigger concern. So, if your town has been upgraded, there should be more allocation towards the same centers, and therefore they should actually be given more allocation, Chairman. Thank you very much.
Yes, Honorable, we are done. I want to now. So please, as we raise that, please come to the floor.
Mheshimiwa Kibet Pasuben. But I have seen that this document was signed by Alex Bet. Your indulgence, would you please give us direction on the same?
Okay, I think you're out of order. That matter had been addressed by the Speaker in the main house and your own, and so that matter was settled. So the chairman remains to be Honorable Kibet Pasuben. It will come under memorandum on objects. We are not done. It will come under memorandum on objects of objects. All right. So give leader majority. Then I'll give to Peter Kendall.
Thank you very much, Chair. Just a comment, Chair. You see, they say the majority level, majority have their way, Mr. Chairman, and the minority have their say. Mine is actually to warn or to caution, though it is overtaken by events, Chair, because I was defeated in the flow, and I accept. But I kindly request that moving into the future, even if we will have several engagements outside, Chairman, it is always good to attend these public participations, because one, you see, this document, as I had earlier indicated, is a product of public participation that the entrepreneurs and the business people come before the county executive and discuss. It is done for the second time during ratification. That is by the oversight institution, that is county assembly. The honorable members led by the chairman for finance, they move around the county to ratify whether what the business people together with the other entrepreneurs discussed and came up with it is true reflection of the other one. Now, Chairman, I'll see, maybe this one I'll accept, but going into the future, Chairman, I only encourage honorable members, because I know, you see, this one will affect single business permits that will be given to the business people. Immediately, they see it is opposite to what they had agreed. Sometimes, Chairman, you saw the finance bill for the national government. People went to courts. People went to the streets, Chairman. I don't want to think that way, that our people might be forced to go to the streets. But now, after uplifting those towns or centers, protect me, Chairman.
Other members, let's give the majority to conclude.
After uplifting those centers to another zone, it means everything will be raised up to meet the standards of that zone. If somebody was getting a single business permit of 1,000, they might be getting a higher one. Now, this one sometimes, Chairman, we need maybe going into the future, we'll be very keen on the same.
Thank you. So thank you for your sentiments. So since we have done on the main motion, I will now give to the Chair Finance to reply, because we have come to the main motion. So the Chairman Finance, your amendment has gone through. So now you reply so that we can move on to the next.
Okay, thank you, Chair, for giving me this opportunity to reply on the motion, Mr. Chair. And first and foremost, I would like to thank the members for contributing and for even elevating these towns or these centers to be towns or to be level 2. Maybe I want to correct what Majority Leader said. We did public participation. Anthony Ruto, through the Chair.
Honorable Majority, please take your seat and Ruto, let the Chair finish his contribution.
Okay, thank you so much. We did public participation. It was announced, and we even give room to members of the public to write a memorandum regarding the provisions of the bill. But since there was no receipt of the same, the committee acknowledged the receipt and consideration of the bill. We did public participation, but it's now upon us to elevate the town we feel, because there are some other centers we visited and the members are not willing to pay more. Even they are suggesting that they should not be paying the sales or the revenue for the border. Guys, they don't want to pay. So if we are going to follow what the people are saying outside there, then we will not be collecting revenue. At the end of the day, we need the revenue.
Order on the voter, he has his time to reply, so the Chair is protected to reply.
Yes.
On the voter.
Yes. And that's why I'm saying those towns which we have elevated to be on P, Mr. Speaker, sir, to be so Mr. Speaker, sir, are in order, and I support strongly, Mr. Speaker. That's why I'm saying, Mr. Speaker, we are all aware that the revenue, our own source revenue, is so down, Mr. Speaker. That's why the honorable members have opted to elevate these towns so that we can collect more, so that we can support the projects in our ward, Mr. Speaker. So I strongly support and I thank the honorable members for their contribution. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you so much. So, honorable members, I now rise to put the question that that part 1 of the amendment of the bill, that part 1 of the amendment as amended be part of the bill. Will as many of similar opinion say aye? And will as many of contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. Now. And also, I also propose that part 2, part 3, part 4, part 5, and part 6 of the bill be part of the bill. I rise again to put the question that part 2, part 3, part 4, and part 5 of the bill and 6 be part of the bill. Will as many of similar opinion say aye? And will many of the contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. I also propose that part 1 to part 11 of the schedule be part of the bill. So no comments. So I rise again to put the question that part 1 to part 11 of the schedule be part of the bill. Will as many of the similar opinion say aye? And will as many of the contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. So I'd call the mover of the motion, the chair, to come and make the final
Thank you, Chair. Honorable Chair, I beg to move that the committee do report to the Assembly its consideration of the Kericho County Finance Bill 2023 and its approval thereof with amendments.
Honorable members, I will now put a question, which is that the committee do report to the House its consideration the Kericho County Finance Bill 2023 and its approval thereof with amendments. Will as many of similar opinion say aye? And will as many of contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
All right, let us proceed. The chairperson of the whole House, table your report.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. I beg to report to the Committee of the whole House as considered the Kericho County Finance Bill 2023 and its approval thereof with amendments. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you, the chairperson. The mover of the motion. Move your agreement to the report.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I beg to move that I also do agree with the committee on the said report.
Are you a seconder?
I'll request Mr. Ogony, Honorable Ogony, to second.
Thank you very much, Honorable Mr. Ogony. Honorable members, I will now propose the question, which is that the House do agree with the committee in the said report. And honorable members, of course, I will not open for debate, but allow me to put the question for adoption of the report, which is that I'll now put the question, which is that the House do agree with the committee in the said report. As many of similar opinion say aye, as many of contrary opinion say nay. The ayes have it. Honorable members, we now move to third reading. And the Honorable Chairman, Finance, the mover.
Honorable Speaker, I beg to move that the Kericho County Finance Bill 2023 be now read at that time. Thank you.
Honorable members, the motion to be seconded.
Okay, I will request Anthony Ruto to second me.
Thank you, the Honorable Anthony Ruto, for seconding the motion in style. Honorable members, I now propose the question, which is that the Kericho County Finance Bill 2023 be now read at that time. And of course, I rise to put a question. I'll put the question, which is that the Kericho County Finance Bill 2023 be now read at that time. As many as are of a similar opinion say aye. As many as are of contrary opinion say nay. The ayes have it. And now, clerk, you read the long title of the bill.
The Kericho County Finance Bill 2023, an act of the County Assembly of Kericho to provide for the imposition or variation of various permits, fees, cess, licenses, or charges for services and for connected purposes.
All right, thank you so much. So, clerk, next order.
Order number 11, motion by Chairman of Youth, Culture and Social Services.
The Honorable Anthony Ruto, who is the Chairman of Youth, Culture and Social Services. The Honorable Anthony Ruto.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker, sir, for giving me this opportunity. Honorable Speaker, sir, I stand here with a report on CASA games. This report was supposed to have been tabled in this house for approval, but unfortunately, due to some unavoidable circumstances, we were not able to do it. But nevertheless, the report is with us. Honorable Speaker, sir, I want to start from page 120, clearance to participate in CASA games in Nakuru. The County Assembly of Kericho was invited by CASA to participate in the 4th edition.
Order, Honorable
County Assembly of Kericho, Chairman, Youth Sports and Culture Sports Coordinator, and Executive Member who sits in the CASA National Governing Council Committee. This committee is mandated to organize for sports and cultural activities for 47 county assemblies. Hence, planning of the games is simplified. The member of the county assembly and all the members of staff were cleared to participate in the games in various disciplines. Honorable Speaker, sir, as Kericho County, we were able to participate in the following disciplines: men football, volleyball men, volleyball ladies, netball, darts, badminton, achua, pool, golf, athletics, and also field events, and lastly, tug of war. Number 4, County Assemblies Sports Association Games in Nakuru County. Nakuru County was among the running counties according to the schedules of the Constitution. CASA games were held in Nakuru between 18th August to 27th August 2023. And 43 county assemblies managed to participate in this year bonanza. Honorable Speaker, sir, honorable members and staff actively participated in practicing from the month of April 2023 in various fields. We were able to practice as an assembly in Kericho Teachers College. The disciplines which were practicing in Kericho Teachers College were volleyball, netball, and athletics. Green Stadium, volleyball, netball, athletics, and also tug of war. Darts and ajua in revenue office. Bull being castle. Golf was we were doing practice in golf club. And then badminton, Green Square Mall. The theme of the 4th edition was inculcating integration and social interactions through sports and device cultures. That was the theme of Kaza Games. Kericho were defending champions in the darts, second runners in women netball, and fourth position in football. Volleyball men and women during the that edition 2020 games, which were held in Mombasa. The County Assembly of Kericho was a strong thing to be reckoned in the Kaza Games. Honorable Speaker, sir, I want to take again this Honorable House through our performance during Kaza Games in Nakuru. Kericho County Assembly managed to be in position 16 out of 43 counties. Football, our football team comprising of members and staff managed to be number 2 after Trans-Nzoia. Darts, Kericho County Assembly became position 5. Netball performed well despite very stiff competition from other county assemblies such as Siaya, Kakamega, Nairobi, and they managed to be position 5. Volleyball ladies team performed fairly well, but unfortunately they were defeated in quarterfinals. Volleyball men team performed fairly also, and they managed to be in position 3 in their pool. Field and tag events, the County Assembly of Kericho performed well in most of the events and several got certificates and medals. At this juncture, I want to appreciate and acknowledge Mheshimiwa Matthew. He was the only one who participated in COF, and he was position 1 in Division B. Achua team performed very well, and they were position 3 in their pool. Pool team performed also fairly well, and they were position 3 in their pool. Athletics, we have also, yes, from there, I want to appreciate again those ones who participated in athletics and also field events. We have Julius Sang, who participated in 10,000 meters walk. He was able to get position 1, and he was given a medal called. Bernard Biakon participated in 3,000 steeplechase. He was number 2. Gilbert Kirui participated in discus, and he was position number 1. He was also given gold, and the number 2 position was given silver. Milka Chepkorir participated also in javelin, and she was position 1. She was given gold. That's, we have Sharon, no, yes. Challenges. Honorable Speaker, sir.
Order, the what is your point of order?
Thank you, Honorable Speaker, sir.
Order. What's the point of order? You are the Honorable Majority.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. The Chair for Sports, Youth and Culture, Mr. Speaker, I think he has cut. I have been following the lead, Mr. Speaker, and instead of pronouncing other people's name, he's just saying, yeah, Mr. Speaker. So maybe I was waiting for my name, Mr. Speaker, and it seems he is not going to pronounce.
Okay, with the Honorable Anthony Ruto. Even though I didn't get the point of order from the leader of majority. You ought to have quoted which standing order. However, you have heard his comments that he needed you to mention him so that perhaps he performed very well, so that he can sleep very well today. Because the people of Kamasha are watching this
thank you.
Live.
I was continuing, Honorable Speaker, sir. Honorable Speaker, sir, we had also challenges, and it is worth for me to mention those challenges. Challenge number 1, which was there was issues with staff IDs, whereby some of the staff were not allowed to participate
in the disciplines because of lack of job ID and national IDs. Another challenge which was there was a delay in the payment of allowances for some coaches. Number 3, players received their sports attires very late. Most were wrong. Also, most of them were of wrong sizes, poor quality, and also mismatching set of uniform, such as volleyball ladies. Additionally, Hamilton team did not receive their uniforms. This one worth nothing, Honorable Speaker, sir. Received their uniforms and volleyball playing shoes were provided the second day of the matches. Another challenge that we faced, the sporting gears were procured late, thus making other steps in procurement process be overlooked, like inspection and acceptance committee. Another challenge, there was no proper supervision on the distribution of supplies in various fields. For example, water, glucose, sodas and bread. Another challenge, during our normal games training, both honorable members and staff rarely attended the training sessions despite the efforts of county assembly getting a trainer. Hence, various teams were not fully exposed to rigorous exercise and training. Committee observation. We were able to observe that uniforms and shoes were of poor quality, wrong sizes, and that not all members received track suits to date. Now, another observation, there was lack of quorum during trainings by various disciplines in preparation for Kaza Games. Number 3, the County Assembly of Kericho need more preparation for all the disciplines to perform better. Preparation should commence early for the next Kaza Games cycle. Number 4, that the Kaza Games were well organized despite the fact that the fields being in different locations. Number 5, transport to the event was wanting, since there were no vehicles deployed for use by the teams, and this made coordination of players an uphill task. The County Assembly should organize transport per team. Number 6, coaches. The County Assembly engaged coaches in the following disciplines, such as volleyball men, women, netball, football, badminton, darts, ajua, athletics, and golf. The last one on the same, procurement of uniform. The uniforms delayed in procurement, as some were being distributed while the games were on. Recommendations. Number 1, the County Assembly at all times, Honorable Speaker, in the year, should prepare early for the participating team so that the Assembly is can be in a position to win in most of the disciplines engaged in. Number 2, welfare issues. There is need to relook into the distribution of refreshments and other essentials for the teams to be facilitated adequately, since the teams were often than not participate in various fields. Number 3, that adequate preparations be done with regards to welfare of members and staff in refreshments, purchase and distributions. Number 4, that the transportation of all members and players be factored in for ease of coordinating of various disciplines. Number 5, that the County Assembly make a structured way of engaging coaches in all the disciplines for better performance. Number 6, that all the uniforms be procured at least 2 months to the scheduled date of the Kaza Games. Number 7, team managers be facilitated so that they can be able to take care of their disciplines. Number 8, training grounds for that team to be provided at the assembly precincts. Acknowledgement. The members of the county assembly and staff wish to acknowledge the officers of the speaker and the clerk for the support and facilitation granted to all the honorable members and staff of the county assembly of Kericho to participate in the 4th edition Kaza Games held in Nakuru. Mr. Speaker, sir, it is my pleasant duty, pursuant to standing order number 205, to present the report of the Kaza Games 4th edition 2023. Thank you.
Thank you. Your seconder.
Before I give to my seconder, who is none other than Naibu Chair, Water, and also MCA, Kapsuse Ruat. Honorable Speaker, sir, I want to acknowledge Public Service Board, where you are a chair, for giving us this opportunity Honorable Speaker, sir, with your guidance, let me give this opportunity to Honorable Kimboy to second the report. Humble request.
Order, honorable members. I had given out to the honorable seconder, but the honorable chair, who is the mover of the motion, seems he wanted to stress some points, and therefore you are in order. Proceed, Honorable Anthony Ruta. Please proceed.
Yes, I wanted to put some more flesh on the report. Before I humbly request Honorable Kimboy to second the report. I was saying that I appreciate the office, or I appreciate the public services, County Public Service Board, where County Assembly, yes, where Honorable Speaker is the chair, for giving us the opportunity to participate in Kaza Games. I know we used a lot of resources preparing for the same. And I want to acknowledge the participants for doing us proud during those games. I know also members are waiting with a lot of excitement about going to Rwanda. And I want to bring to your attention that we have not gotten any official communication on the same. Also, before we get the communication for going to Rwanda, trials again have to be done first. So I want to report again to this honorable house that we have not gotten yet communication on where or when and where trials will be done. Honorable Kimboy, through your indulgence, Honorable Speaker, sir, allow him to second this very important report. Thank you.
The Honorable Peter Kimboy. Thank you so much, the Honorable Peter Kimboy, for seconding the motion. Honorable members, I now propose the question that this House approves the report of the Youth, Culture and Social Services Committee on the County Assembly Sports Association Kaza Games held on 19 to 27 August 2023 in Nakuru County. The floor is now open for debate and contribution. The Honorable Matthew Korir.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, for giving me this opportunity so as to support the report from Chairman, Youth, Culture and Sports. One, Mr. Speaker, is that we want to say thank you for your support and the support from the Office of the Clerk. Mr. Speaker, also let me take this opportunity to congratulate those who performed very well during this CASA, despite many challenges that we encounter, Mr. Speaker. One of the challenges been stated by the chairman sports is that not all players or not all participants were able to be provided with sports kits. But we know, Mr. Speaker, sir, this was just about the first time for this regime to participate in this CASA. But we pray that next time, Mr. Speaker, we will be provided with this equipment in an earlier, in a better time, so that we will be able to be in attires during these games, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, one is that one of the concerns that has been raised by the committee is on transport, Mr. Speaker. Remember, Mr. Speaker, during that event, we only had one car, that is the Fortuner. And in some cases, Mr. Speaker, we had almost 5 drivers in the field, but with one car. So, Mr. Speaker, with the distance that was from Nakuru town, that is the showground, to Kabarak, it was a distance, Mr. Speaker, and we were lacking what we call transport or communication between the other teams, Mr. Speaker. It was so unfortunate, Mr. Speaker, that the county assembly could not even manage to have more than 2 cars or 3 cars so that they can help these participants, Mr. Speaker. Another thing, Mr. Speaker, we have other events that were hosted in Jacaranda, Mr. Speaker, like pool. I think the reason why we are defeated in pool, Mr. Speaker, and that's another indoors activities, Mr. Speaker. When we go to Jacaranda, Mr. Speaker, you cannot allow to be given some water or glucose outside and then you take inside, Mr. Speaker. So next time, Mr. Speaker, I think the committee in charge of sports and the committee on sports, Mr. Speaker, and the leadership of this honorable house should just look for facilitation to the members who are participating in indoors. For my case, Mr. Speaker, I could not take even the milk and the water that we were given to golf club, Mr. Speaker. Reason, they have their own. They are selling their own items, Mr. Speaker. So when you take, you are contradicting what they are selling, Mr. Speaker. And in case of anything, Mr. Speaker, health-wise, you will not even take complaints on the premises that we were participating, Mr. Speaker. So, Mr. Speaker, we want to see on better arrangements before we travel for such activities, Mr. Speaker. One is the transport, 2 is the coordination. Even some of the members could not even reach other members in terms of they need to be coordinated to come and participate in some event, Mr. Speaker. Like Honorable Maritim from Chepson, Mr. Speaker, could not even participate in Tug of War. Reason, Mr. Speaker, we could not reach him through the phone. Reason that the chairman of sports could not give us even the clear values for these events, Mr. Speaker. Despite that the chairman has tried and the committee has tried to give us the good report, Mr. Speaker, we can also mention and highlight some lapses from the committee and even those people who are representing us in the CASA games, Mr. Speaker. One, they tried their best. 2, since I think we had more than 5 fields, Mr. Speaker, they could not cover all of them, Mr. Speaker. So next time, Mr. Speaker, with the office of the clerk and the speaker office, Mr. Speaker, kindly coordinate and see how you can enhance these committees that we have, Mr. Speaker, like the chairman and the clerk for sports, Mr. Speaker. They could not even reach some of us. Mr. Speaker, I want to say thank you for this report, but if we are going to proceed to the next level, Mr. Speaker, we are asking that this county assembly provide early or give early arrangements to the members who will be participating so that cannot be let down. Otherwise, Mr. Speaker, let me take this opportunity also to congratulate those who participated well to show that our flag was in a better position in Nakuru, Mr. Speaker. Thank you so much. Even for the football where you are participating, Mr. Speaker. Next time also, Mr. Speaker, as a footballer, take advice from the fan, Mr. Speaker. so that next time we will not be losing because of the misadvice from the referees and the rest of the people, Mr. Speaker. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, the Honorable Fancy.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, for giving me this chance. And I want to thank our able chair for sports for giving us a very elaborate report. I will start with the challenges you've said. Number 2, there were delay in payments of allowance for some coaches. And I want to report up to date, they have not been paid even a single coin. I've been called by the coach who coached us as women volleyball because I was the team manager, and he's really complaining that he's not been given even a single cent. So I don't know if the sport chair has some arrangement so that he may pay the person. And again, the reason why we were defeated in these CASA games, Mr. Speaker, sir, is because of the preparedness from the honorable members. Even the chairman for sports was out of reach when we were going for sports, when we were going for practices. He only appeared when we were almost going for the Nakuru CASA games, and he took up the matter. Otherwise, if we are to go for games and go for the gold, we need to prepare early. Another thing is the sports games, the sports kits. Even my majority leader and my member of county assembly from Chaik, including even myself, we did not get even a single shoe, the right shoe for the discipline we were playing. For example, the volleyball ladies, we were given a shoe, I think, which was meant for tug of war because it was a very hard one and big one. So we could not even jump with it. We could not even play with it. And I'm not seeing where you've really touched on the specification of the various disciplines and it's the sports kits. I think we need next time to really go for, if you are going for the shoe, you go for volleyball shoe, not a tug of war to the volleyball matches. So I think next time, Chair, you need to improve on this. And again, I don't know, I've had some county assemblies coming over the weekend. I don't know if it is the practice you are saying they are coming to practice so that they go for Rwanda or something. Maybe you need to ask so that even us, we need to prepare and go for the same, because I'm seeing we'll be overtaken by events, because it's like we don't have any idea of the games which are taking place over the weekend here in Kericho, and yet us, Kericho, the host, we are not there. Otherwise, thank you so much, Mr. Speaker, sir, for giving me this chance. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, the Honorable Fancy, the Honorable Peter Kemoi.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir. Let me take this opportunity also to appreciate your office for giving us a moment that we enjoy in Nakuru, participating in various fields and various disciplines. It was a good moment, though there was a lot of challenges, and I think being the first time for some of us, maybe come next time we'll handle some issues. But otherwise, we appreciate the effort, even the members that they put and put our Kericho County at the top. Mr. Speaker, sir, is a point of concern through your leadership as the head of this assembly. It is quite unfortunate that we are discussing also this report while we had requested some coaches in various disciplines. And when we were doing the budget, I know that there was allocation for these coaches. It is quite unfortunate that we are tabling the report at this time when they have not received their dues. It is so unfortunate. And I'm urging through you that we organize, we give them, I know they sacrifice a lot of time. When we were going for practices, in fact, they were the first one to be on the various fields to train us. We are celebrating the achievements that we did in various fields because of these coaches. So I'm urging that maybe before even we go for the long recess, let these people enjoy or receive their dues. Mr. Speaker, sir, concerning the uniforms, I remember very well before we suggest for the uniforms, there are some samples that the person who was to give out the services gave us some samples. It is unfortunate that we receive the uniform different from what we had agreed as the old team. So going forward, and I think also they gave us on the day we are going for the events. Otherwise, we could have rejected this one. So going forward, we should receive all this uniform maybe a month earlier, so that if there is anything for correction, we do it early enough. Otherwise, I'm requesting also through you, Mr. Speaker, sir, going forward, let every discipline have their own budget. Most of these members, they really suffer. They play the whole day without receiving refreshment the whole day. So I kindly request that going forward next time, let every discipline through the leadership have their own budget so that they can manage on their own. Otherwise, we really appreciate the work done at Nakuru. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you so much, the Honorable Peter Kemai, the Honorable Ezra Ngatich.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, for the opportunity you have granted me, Mr. Speaker, so that I can put some inputs on this report, Mr. Speaker. First of all, allow me to congratulate the teams who performed exemplary in the Gaza Games, Mr. Speaker, especially your team where you are a captain in football, Mr. Speaker, who made this county assembly shine, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I want to thank the committee for coming up with this report. It's a comprehensive report, Mr. Speaker, and they didn't hide their face, Mr. Speaker. The chairman, Mr. Speaker, acknowledged the weakness they had, Mr. Speaker. In fact, on the challenges which the chairman highlighted, Mr. Speaker, is that number one was there was issues with staff IDs, where some of the staff were not allowed to participate in their discipline because of lack of job IDs and national IDs. This one squarely lies on the organizers, Mr. Speaker, and chair himself, Mr. Speaker. These are the things which the chairman should have organized way back before, Mr. Speaker, to ensure that if a participant has been, if a player has been is playing, Mr. Speaker, it should have been organized with everything and equipped with everything, Mr. Speaker. So, Mr. Speaker, I think this is a high time, Mr. Speaker, whereby the chairman should learn from the mistakes they did on the previous Gaza Games, Mr. Speaker, and going forward, we should prepare as well. On the issue of uniform, Mr. Speaker,
it depends on the preferences of anyone, Mr. Speaker. Due to the shortest time of procuring, the procurement tried that they provided, I like the uniform myself, but there was more complaint because the uniform, I think, was sourced from the Asian countries, Mr. Speaker. In Asian countries, the bodies are so small, Mr. Speaker. So a size of a person from Asia is not the same as the size from the Western countries. So I think in future, Mr. Speaker, I think the proper sizes should be procured to fit honorable members, Mr. Speaker. I remember when I was picking my uniform, Mr. Speaker, we were picking Honorable Chebogan, Mr. Speaker. And he tried all sorts of uniform, all sorts of trousers, Mr. Speaker, and none fitted, Mr. Speaker. So I think going forward, I think the procurement should procure this uniform on time. Otherwise, we want to thank your administration. We want to thank the Assembly Service Board, the administration of the Assembly, for organizing and allowing us to participate. Secondly, I want to congratulate the staffs for participating and complimenting us in the field, Mr. Speaker. Others, I thank you, and I thank the chairman for trying his level best, despite the fact that he's the chairman of a sports, Mr. Speaker, and he's a very old man, Mr. Speaker. He tried, and there were some errors. He was a coach in the indoor games, and Mr. Speaker, and I think going forward, he should nominate a younger person to assist in field events. He likes where dancing is there. So he concentrated more on dancing and seeing the Luo ladies dancing until he forgot the players who are playing on the field. Otherwise, we thank him and we congratulate him for support. Otherwise, he should learn from the mistakes which happened. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Honorable Ezra. Thank you. I think the Honorable Anthony Ruto must be passionate when it comes to the issues of sports, and more particularly, you have emphasized on the matter of dancing. Honorable members, I can see that silence means agreement with the report. Allow me then to give it to the mover of the motion to reply, and then we will put the question.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker, sir. I want to appreciate the members for raising those pertinent concerns. And those concerns are really true. And I wish to bring to the attention of this Honorable House that we will, as a sports committee, to improve on those challenges. At this juncture, Honorable Speaker, sir, I humbly request this House to approve this report. Thank you, Honorable Speaker, sir.
Okay, thank you so much, the Honorable Anthony Ruto. Honorable members, I now rise to put the question that this House approves the report of Youth Culture and Social Services Committee on the County Assembly Sports Association CASA Games held on 19 to 27th August 2023 in Nakuru County. Will, as many of similar opinions say aye, will, as many of the contrary opinions say nay, and the ayes have it. Honorable members, we have come to end of our afternoon session. I want to sincerely thank you for your dedication and for the time that you have taken to ensure that we complete or we transact the order of business of today, and to wish you a good evening. Honorable members, remember that tomorrow His Excellency the Governor, Dr. Eric Mutai, will be addressing this House from 10:30 a.m. I urge and request you to keep time. Thank you, and you have a good night.